I game that much this week, so if one of y'all want to take over the review, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Voth usually does it. He does it pretty well.
Um,
Well, you're the GM, so you know
so
everything.
I just remember the
yeah,
ending.
you guys got taken over to see Morthos Zygonon, and he cut off Azar's hand because he said they were false prophets, and then Azar said he couldn't take off his glove and it was gilded, and Morthos could see through your bullshit more or less and said, oh, if your right hand defends thee, chop it off and cast it aside, pulled out a meat cleaver and took Azar's hand off and threw it into the crowd, and the proverbial shit hit the fan at that point when Relay called down a construct of Pelor, crowd back enough that, and also kind of caught Azar or Kevin with his spear and pulled him back behind his tower shield, and then backed up against an alleyway and planted his tower shield to cover y'all's retreat, and y'all managed to flee down an alleyway. And you found an old man who ushered you inside and began tending Kevin's wounds. He also talked a bit of wisdom to Relay, because he could see Relay was reeling from his experience, so to speak. And then we'll cut over to Perrin, who went into a chapel and decided to befriend a little girl who was also cursed named Eliza, and also learned a little bit about fighting a lich, possibly. From pretty far back. I just realized that's the session before last.
Yep.
Anyways.
Hey, it's good to have a recap.
Yeah, long story short, he goes through the crowd and finds a rich man and his driver, takes them back to the little old man's house by following the blood trail from Azar's severed hand. The whole group of them make their way over to state, and they spend the night there because he has guards to keep the riding Arithnovix out. Everyone has a nice rest. The next morning, people get good gear from this guy, and he gives you his one of his personal coaches, which is a nondescript coach, to take you out of town. And as you're heading out of town, you realize that the Arithnovics have captured the gates. The crowd is still rioting. They've stripped a lot of the accoutrements and things of the city, and they're burning a granary and just being dicks in general. And the crowd starts sort of closing in about your carriage, and the gate is locked, and they're all grouped up on the gate, and you guys feel kind of stuck. Well, Relay drops to his knees, eyes roll back in his head, and he begins channeling something, and a disembodied hand sort of scoops you up, and as you look into the sky, you see Pelor kind of not even looking in your direction, and his head wreathed in clouds, so to speak, so you can't really see him and he can't see you, but still somehow his hand picks you up and lifts you over the and sets you down on the other side, and then fades. Relay comes back too, and Eliza is over him trying to wake him up, and as she says that he spoke in Supernal, which is the language of the gods, the language of Pelor. And
nope, we only lost me.
There was lots of RPs.
Sorry, guys, I cut out there for a second.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, anyways, I just got where you guys were carried out of the city on Pelor's hand.
Okay.
At this point, Azar has like a a sort of awakening. I mean, he has seen Pelor manifest in front of his very eyes after believing that the gods were more or less bullshit. And Pelor saved his life to boot, so he had a bit of a come to Jesus moment and starts throwing his fingerless gloves out the window and tries to give a dagger to Perrin and tells Perrin that the dagger's from his father. And there's this moment where they're trying to, like, no, you take it. No, you take it. And then eventually
That surprised me so much.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Perrin does hang on to the knife. There's this whole backstory where potentially his father was a good guy who died in deep cover. He's very confused by the whole thing, in and out of character.
It works for his character. It's fine.
Eventually, you guys come across a merchant on the side of the road trying to change his broken wheel. You guys are worried that it's an ambush, but upon further looking, you notice that he's just a stranded merchant. Kevin gets out and realizes he's going to have to recraft the
Who
wheel.
knows what my name is anymore?
Seriously.
Decides he would rather recraft the wheel than use the spare, so the spare disappeared from the storyline.
Oops.
And he begins recrafting it. At some point, he smashes his thumb on his mysterious hand, and it rips out of the glove, grows to twice its size as the long, lanky fingers unfold, and he begins to have a shouting match with his hand. And his hand is screaming in a snarly voice back at him. And when he comes to and he looks around and realizes everyone's staring at him, he is going to need to explain his hand.
But what a fun explanation
So
it was.
he proceeds to try to explain it. Perrin is unsure of it. Obviously. Hell, Kevin's unsure of it at this point. No one is really sure what to do about it, so instead you kind of, he wraps it up and you guys proceed along the road. Exactly. As you're traveling down the path, you eventually come to some goblins that try to assault you in the woods. You guys make short work of them, all things considered, and they actually briefly and Perrin goes full Vietnam flashback on the goblin, holds him to the ground, and punches his head into a bloody mud puddle.
Forgot about that.
And then turns
And you told
lies.
Relay to turn himself
This
into
is
the
how
guards.
That's funny.
We lose him?
You still there?
No. I'm sorry.
Thinking.
I'm here. I just had to respond
He's
to a
checking his
text from
notes.
my wife.
Oh, no problem.
She was having some blood work done, and because she was having a bit of anemia, and so she's telling me the results because she knows I've been worried about her. But anyways, blood work came out all great, so now I can
There you go.
focus.
No more freaking.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys get past the goblins, you get to the gate guard. The gate guard wears a symbol of Pelor, but is clearly a corrupt dick. He's trying to extort money from people or put them through the really slow line that's going to keep them there for hours, if not days, and cliche corruption run amok at the gate.
I remember this part. I remember you asking Perrin how he feels about seeing this guy taking bribes, and he was like, I've got bigger fish to fry. But then when Kevin goes up there and does the paying thing, and then Relay calls him out on it, fucking Perrin's like, what the fuck you doing, bro? What are you doing in the name of power? It's like, whoa. Like,
want that symbol.
360.
I want that symbol.
Oh man, it's like when he got closer and saw the Pelor version of it. He's like, "Whoa, you're representing Pelor in the way wrong way, bro."
Exactly. Once he realized that he wore a symbol of Pelor and he was corrupt, that was like next level. He could abide some guy being corrupt, but some guy being corrupt in the name of Pelor was too much. He yelled at him. Things got heated, and then they were all distracted by the fact that Relay eyes rolled back in his head, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, this could be bad. It could be a simple rainbow appears over his head, or a nuke drops on the city. Let's get out of here."
Or a rainbow nuke,
Yeah. So they find the merchant they traveled with, and they make it to the merchant's house, which is represented here by this little green "where you are" symbol. And you guys go inside. Relay comes to from his thing, and he managed to fight off what he could feel was a negative entity trying to push it, be conduited, relayed, I guess, to be relayed through Relay. Your name is getting really confusing.
It is. Getting relayed through Relay.
Relay fought it and instead went up to the sanctum of Pelor, where he saw Pelor, like 100 feet tall, sitting on a giant throne, and his face is completely obscured by clouds. And no matter how,
angel.
I did.
Yeah, and no matter what, he can't deceive Pelor directly. And so an angel functions as Pelor's mouthpiece indirectly. Like, he can't say what he's thinking, but he interacts with the angel and tells him that some things, and that Relay is to usher in the next concentric circle of reality, whatever the fuck that means. And then he goes back to his body and wakes up, and he says, "Oh, I went to the sanctum of Pelor." At which case Perrin throws his hands up like, "What the fuck, man?" and runs out of the house.
And then
Azar / Kevin.
It was also Perrin. Relay came back and said, "I have just got done speaking with Pelor," which he didn't. He actually messed up. He was speaking with the angel, but he did say that, and Perrin's like, "What? He's speaking to you?"
Yeah.
And that kind of whole thing has been silent. So it was kind of like a Freudian slip, but Relay being who Relay is, that's what happened.
Well, regardless, Perrin did a verbal table flip, so to speak, and runs out of the room. Azar / Kevin gives chase and gives him a speech to sort of calm his nerves that coalesced in basically Pelor works in mysterious ways. And that's where we left it. Relay is inside, relaxing, kind of confused or whatever you are. You've just woke up. You've got 2 potential to your name, so this has that feeling of sort of. This would explain the slip of your tongue, your Freudian slip. You're more or less mentally exhausted. You're out of ideas. You're just you don't have much steam in the proverbial tank.
Nope.
So what would you like to do?
Well, he Relay got up, and then he had his little speech about what happened, and then Perrin went out the door, and then Azar was not too far behind him. And then he just kind of left. Where are we currently at?
You're at the green marker, which is the merchant's house.
Okay, at the merchant's house. Okay, and so it's just myself and Eliza still left, right?
Yep.
Okay,
and she says, "Relay, you look so tired."
He says, "Yes, after having my come to Pelor moment." He'll turn to Eliza and go, Yes, I think we need to find some food and then probably hunker in for the night. And I'm sure Perrin and Azar will be back shortly. I need to, take care of a few of those things, and then I need to get to my daily prayers.
Absolutely. She's like, I'll get you something to eat. You pray. And she goes about and talks to the merchant, and the merchant provides her with some sort of food. Give me an idea for the structure of your prayer. Like, is it all quiet, or are you praying out loud? And what are you asking for?
Yeah, usually your prayers are internal, and they're mostly just the prayers that he's giving at the moment are thanks and asking for guidance from Pellar in explaining to Pellar the situation that he finds himself in, and also his friends now for Perrin, and his concerns over Perrin's doubting his strength as a paladin of Pelor. And
just take a few notes.
I could keep going forever. No, but just because I'm sure Relay would have caught the sight and the look across Perrin's face as he left out the door, and it was asking, so he spoke to you and it didn't speak to me, that kind of whole thing.
Yeah,
he would have caught that exactly. And so not wanting it to turn into a big thing, and Relay realizing that he needs to get with Perrin and let him know that he didn't, we'll explain to him more about the vision that he had and what actually happened, so that they could so to say both get on the same page.
Right.
How funny, can you imagine when we start this game, Relay praying to Pellar for Perrin instead of Perrin praying to Pellar for Relay?
I know.
I never heard once Perrin praying to Pellar for Relay.
It has gone through some changes.
That's right.
All right. So as you're sitting there, calmly over to the side, and just watches you as you pray, and then after, I would assume this goes on for at least 20 minutes or so, she provides you with your food, and she says, here, now you need to eat and rest.
One thing he did pray about in his prayers was the ability to have his daily spells.
Absolutely. You'll recover your daily spells.
Yep.
But recover your daily spells.
Yeah, how in D&D how you prepare, I guess. This is his preparing for daily spells, yeah.
Absolutely. You will be able to recover 5 of your potential outright, so you could just draw 5.
Okay.
Or unless you want me to deal them to you, because that would be easier.
I got him. It's kind of cool.
So draw 2 more.
I get total of...
Draw 2 more.
Oh, okay, 5.
Total of 5.
Okay.
Now, because of the calmness that the prayer instilled in you, and the food that Eliza provided for you, and the fact that you're sleeping in probably a bed or a day bed instead of the hard ground, I'll give you 3d6 to roll. So roll those, and any successes also you'll regain potential.
Ooh, there's a 6 in there.
All right. 6s automatically explode, so roll again.
Okay. I guess I could just roll and explode, couldn't I?
Yep.
I got a 2.
It's not coming up on my screen. Anyway, so go ahead and recover 1 additional potential. You're up to 8 now.
There it goes.
There, it came up finally.
So 8 potential?
Cool.
8 more?
No. Total. You got one more, so you should have 8 total.
Gotcha.
You had 2, you got 5, you rolled 1, so that's 8. Alrighty. So you're going to go into a dream sequence. At first, you sort of get a vision of that angel that you met.
My guardian.
Yeah, your guardian angel. In fact, let me go get a picture of him real quick. Copy. And do.
He's really
All right.
small.
Yeah, so you get a vision of this guy in your dream, and there's no talking. There's just sort of like this strange eye contact and a weird, ethereal sort of plane, and you get this understanding of your spells have been replenished, and you get a vision of fire raining down from heaven, and it's come from your hand, and it's all kind of happening quick and montage like, and you realize that you've picked up a new spell, and it's been given to you. He's teaching you how to beseech Pelor to call down flames. Even though you can't really talk to him directly, he's basically giving you the IP address to Flame Strike, more or less.
Yep.
And then as you're sitting here having this dream, it's a nice dream, right? It's good. It's happy. And then out of this starts to manifest.
Oh, boy. That's a little googly eye.
I take it we can't see this.
Well, if you look on the feed, you can.
No, I'm not gonna. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see his dreams. But yeah, that's it. MJ, you get an intrusive dream worms its way into your peaceful slumber, and you catch a vision of this, the night sky with the full moon, and the disembodied mouth speaks to you. Thou art a sulking, slithering slime of a man. Demons shall drag thee to whence thou began. And you're just seeing that, and then eventually you'll snap out of your dream, and that will be the last thing you remember. But for now, we're going to hop over to the other two. Relay, I'm sorry, Perrin and Azar / Kevin are in the on the street out before the house, and you've just told Perrin that you want to take him to the cathedral to pray, correct?
Yes.
Take it away.
Well, I remember walking out of the door, and then I think this ended, so I guess we're on the other side of the door, heading towards, so I guess we'll walk around this way and get on the main street.
I'm going to say, I don't even know that I want to go pray right now. Everything's just kind of been flipped upside down. I find out my dad might not have been evil, but then this crazy guy who I've seen murder innocent kid gets blessed by Pelor, and I just don't even know what to think anymore.
I think you need to pray on it. I think in light of things, you need a moment to mull over all this information and set down your sword and take away from the quest at hand and just really mull this all over, because think about this. Everything's coming together for a reason. And
the quest, that's just another example of how Pelor seems to have turned his back on me. I go searching him and spreading his name, and I wind up being abducted by an evil lich and have a curse put on my head. How does that make any sense?
Well, I mean, there's something you should. You'll find out one day. But the order that your father was learning more about, it has a lot to do with what's going on right now. And perhaps you're the only one that can do something about it.
Kevin, I appreciate your help. You've become a good friend. I think I need a little bit of time alone, though, to clear my head.
I smile and I stop walking and kind of let him just keep going on forward. I turn towards the house that we came from and I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm considering going back there, but instead I go towards the harbor. And
Okay.
I can keep going, or if you want to cut back to relay, whatever.
Hold on a second. Oops, not that freaking macro. Head off to Perrin. Perrin, what are you doing when you go off to be alone?
I'm going to kind of amble around the city, not really paying attention to where I'm going. Kind of lost in my own thoughts. Can I roll a d6 to see if I end up in front of the cathedral? Like 1 through 3, yes. 4 for 6, no. I just am walking around aimlessly.
Absolutely.
Oh, I am very aimless.
You're going to end up like on the other side. You're probably standing on this bridge. No, this big bridge right here. We'll just say you're standing on this big bridge overlooking the water.
Nice.
Kind of just staring at the water, moping a little bit, and very lost in my thoughts, not noticing my surroundings.
And as you're looking at the water, and I guess you wouldn't notice if you're lost in your thoughts. You wouldn't notice that the city just appears. There's beggars lining the harbor. There's fights between sailors, drunken brawls, and then you'll see like people, like groups wearing livery of a house, and other groups wearing livery of a different house, and they'll sort of be clashing at times, like fighting over a boat or something. It's just like altogether a very tumultuous city. And me, let me see. Karen. Give me just a notice check. If you get a success, you'll notice something. If you don't, you won't.
Okay.
All right. No successes. You're just sort of dazed. When you're lost in your thoughts, is it just the same confusion that you were speaking to Azar about, not about relay and your father and all that stuff?
Yeah, walking around, kind of wondering why everything's happening. If Peller's so great and I'm pray to him all the time, why are things not going my way? And thinking about my dad a lot, and if he really was evil, like that was something I didn't run away from home, but I left where I was from because I didn't want anything to do with my family, and now it's resurfaced, 100 miles away from a source I never expected.
All right. As you're staring off and you're lost in thought, you feel a small hand holding your hand. And when you look down, you see Eliza as she says, Relay's asleep. I think he's dreaming. He seems to be tossing a lot.
She's gonna kill you. She's gonna kill you.
She's so gonna kill me.
Just think of Arya. Think of Arya.
I know. Looking down at Eliza, that was kind of exactly what I needed at that moment. I see this little girl who has so much faith in Pelor, and even though things might not be going well for me or for her, seeing as she's an orphan and she also has a curse. Is the curse on her head too?
On her hand, yeah, she has a curse. Yeah. No one's delved into her curse, but everyone knows that she has it.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of realize that even though my faith isn't strong right now, this girl who's had a tough life is finding some comfort, and her life is better because of Pelor. So that was actually a very crucial turning point right there that you sent Eliza to find Perrin.
She speaks like not directly to you, but almost like just words of wisdom suddenly come to her, and she just says them almost like it's not of her own volition. And she says, pray as though everything depends on Pelor, but work as though everything depends on you. And then she just kind of goes into a reverie alongside you as she mulls over the words.
That's very wise words from a great young girl. Thank you, Eliza. I needed that.
She gives you a hug.
I'll say,
and it's probably awkward because you're armored. Because you're all armored. She's like hugging around your cod piece. It's got to be terribly awkward to view a hug. It's someone armored.
A giant Pelor codpiece.
It's emblazoned with the sun.
It's like
just the sun piece,
flamey
right
beard that comes out to a point at the bottom.
Does she have her needle-like sword on her?
No. She, in fact, if you comment on it, well, you can comment on it if you want, but she noticed she doesn't have her sword with her.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of just. I know you've been wanting to train with me for a while. We have a few spare moments now before we either decide to stay in the city or go searching a ship. Would you like to go back to the merchant's house and learn how to use that sword a little bit?
Absolutely. She beams up at you. As you guys are walking back across the bridge, she has a moment where she gets a confused look on her face, and she looks up at you and she goes, I've been wondering, Perrin, what if and below were beasts in the water that would kill anyone that fell in, and on one side of the bridge was holding someone who was devoted to Pelor, and on the other side of the bridge was hanging someone who denounced him, and we could only save one of them, and then the other would fall into the beast and be slaughtered. Which one should we save?
That's a tough question that I don't know I'm smart enough to answer correctly. But I think we would save the one who denounced Pelor, because the one who praised Pelor had a good life. They're
going to a good place anyway.
We know that they're going to go to heaven and be with Pelor. The one who... The short pain of dying will be nothing compared to eternal life. The one who denounced Pelor would burn in the abyss and has more to gain from us saving them. So they can they can come and find the true path of Pelor. Which my heart is only like 75% in that, because my faith is a little shaken, but it's still saying the words that I normally would have.
Right. She takes it in, and you can see she's mulling it over, and she repeats some things back to you, like, so, a paladin would choose to save the I want to say infidel, but that sounds so terrible. The one who would
The non-believer.
the paladin would save. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. God, so a paladin should save the non-believer so that he can help him get into, the realm of Pelor and let the die, because they will succeed in getting there. And she nods as she goes, "It makes sense to me." And she thanks you for your wisdom as you guys walk along to the house.
Walking along beside her, it dawns on me that wasn't just a general question. It was about whether or not Pelor was trying to save Relay or save me, and I kind of look at her like, how does this little girl have all this crazy wisdom and have all this? I'm not looking at her suspiciously, but like in a new light that maybe she's
With
special somehow. Yeah.
She just looks up at you and smiles like an innocent little girl, like she has no idea the thoughts that are going through your head. That was well played, by the way. You guys get to the house, back to the house. You see Relay is crashed out on a like a day bed, and he's mumbling in his sleep, "I have to change my name. I have to change my name. So they can't find me. I must change my name." And he's just tossing about crazily, but it's only been like an hour or so, so you don't want to wake him so that he could take his full rest. So I'd assume you guys collect her sword and go like out on the front porch area, so to speak, and you run through some moves with her.
A backyard, or I don't know, whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah, we'd say that there's he has a decent patio on his upstairs area that you would be able to swing a sword around. So you guys could go up there and go through some moves. And
I'll use my long sword, not my two-handed, and yeah, just kind of general showing her stances and defensive blocks and things like that.
Excellent. So you're going to complete your goal of train Eliza. I mean, do you want to keep going with it, or do you want to complete it and go to something else?
We can complete it and go to something else.
All right, you're going to, like, the training her in the ways of the sword and all is going to be more or less an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
But you've completed this goal, the first steps. So if you could come up with another goal that you think you could fulfill within the course of this session, go ahead and plug it in there. And I am going to jump back over to Azar/Kevin, who needs one name, god damn it. So you go, and as you're walking out towards the harbor to mill about for a moment, you see all the same things that I was telling Perrin about. There's poor people just trying to get a fish. They're starving more or less. You see fighting between drunken sailors, and then you see the rival houses sort of having territorial disputes, and it's just everywhere you look, there's a degree of suffering and like animosity or something like that going on. It's a very negative vibe that you get from the city.
Do I see like a dockmaster's house or anything like that around there? Like someone I could talk to about a ship?
Oh yeah, sure. There is a place where you can go talk about a ship, like one of these kiosky looking things
Yeah.
is going to more or less be a place where you go do that kind of thing.
Well, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to look for the wharf master, whatever. What was that?
Yeah,
The dock. Yeah. You get one.
we'll call it a wharf master.
And I ask him if there's a ship heading to. I can't make the map big enough when I zoom in, the one you gave me, to see the names of the cities, but one of the cities over by the vast swamp.
Okay, let me see. Let's just go to the other map then, since that one isn't functioning as intended.
Yeah.
All right, the vast swamp.
I ask
There's
him if there's
Nair
one.
that's kind of near.
I ask him about that one, and if he says no, then I ask him about any of these three over here.
He looks at you and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mate, but most of our ships are river ships. We don't go much further than Hardby. Perhaps drivers or Willop. Would you like to go to Willop? We could go to Radagast City.
What's the
Perhaps.
nearest, I kind of cut him off a little bit. What's the nearest major port that would cross a sea, or a seafaring port? Oh, shit, that is...
He says you're going to have to get one of the cities on the Bay of Woolley or Relmore Bay. Somewhere in there, they'll be able to get a ship that will take you out into the Azure Sea. The Azure Sea is a very dangerous sea, and you can't take a small ship out into it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then, perhaps do you have passage to Safeton? Or is that out of your reach?
Are you going to have goods, or are you looking just for a passenger vessel?
Passage. Well, I mean, we could seek passage on a trade vessel, whichever is easier. I have two
Radagast
companions. I have three companions with me, and we're pretty skilled in our ways. We could keep the vessel safe.
Well, we have plenty of guards. It's going to take you to get down to Safeton, and he's going over some stuff. You could give me a good captain's name. Captain
Gernot. Sea of Gernot?
Gamnot?
Gernot? Whatever that is on the map, Sea of Gernot.
Gernot.
You want Captain Gernot? Like he owns the sea?
My family's been sailing.
Maybe he's a pirate and he's just using that name as like an alias.
Sure. We'll do that. He says you can get a
Gernot, Garnat, Gernot.
Yeah, that one.
Not gear, but Gare. Yeah.
Well, you can get a ride with Captain Gernot. He sails the Green Lady down there on the end. He might be aboard. You could go and speak with him. He's the only one that I know makes regular trips that far to Safeton. Most people stick around drivers and just run the rivers here.
Okay, well, could you point me to his ship?
Points down the way, and you see a brown ship that's trimmed in green and has green sails and emblazoned on the side, and fancy painted handwriting says the Green Lady.
And how much longer will this ship be in port?
Well, you're going to have to speak to the captain about that.
Oh, I thought they like had to write that down in a book. Okay. Well then, thank you for your time, and I leave. And
All right.
instead of heading to Captain Garnot, I'm going to. Wait, okay, there we go. I'm going to head up towards the cathedral, and I'm going to go ahead and just go there by myself. Possibly see if Perrin's there and has felt better.
As you're making your way to the cathedral, give me a quick notice check to see if you get any successes. It's going to be, let's call it an OB1 notice. I guess you have no notice skill.
Let me see. I mean, I rolled a d6.
That's not coming up. Oh, there it is. Shit. I see it now. All right. Let's see. You get a succeed at a minor cost, so go ahead and record an XP. So write notice in there. I see you have athletics twice, so you could replace one of those with notice.
I didn't even know I had that. Okay.
Record an XP, and you notice that somebody wearing green house markings, like a green cloak with some sort of sigil emblazoned on it, and like a medallion or something, seems to be shadowing you to a certain degree.
Wait, who said what? You cut out a little bit.
There's a guy in a green cloak that has a house sigil emblazoned on it, that seems to be shadowing you. Not too aggressively, but he's seems to be following you.
What's my minor cost?
Lack of information.
Oh. I cut down an alleyway, and I mean, there's some people on it. It's kind of like right here kind of thing. It's not like a super alleyway, but I cut down there, and then I immediately hang a right between these two buildings, and I kind of tuck in between, like I push my back up against the wall, and kind of it's like sunken in one part, so I'm like sucking in my gut, trying to stay behind the little thin wall.
He picks up his pace and tries to find you, and as you suck in your gut, he runs right past you and turns the corner, and he missed you. You see it was a youngish guy, probably 19 or so, barely growing a beard. You follow him a bit through the streets. And then he groups up with a group of like six or seven other people in the house clothes, and they seem to be discussing whatever.
He met up
But
with
there's
other
a group
people like him?
Yeah, there's like a group of them like here in the middle of the street, and they seem to be discussing and looking around. And I would assume you're kind of like ducked around the corner so they can't see you.
I'm like in the crowd, kind of. Do I notice what the sigil is? Like, is it familiar to me? The house sigil or whatever is on its back?
Well, you don't know any of the houses per se, but we'll say it's like got a thing with the lion standing up, and then there's a G on it too.
Gotcha. I think that maybe it's the Gangster Cat family.
The Gangsta Cat.
Gangsta cat.
I just spit some water out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the best house sigil ever.
You didn't spit it on your new laptop, did you?
No, thankfully back into the cup.
But yes, Gangsta Cat.
I look around to see if Like when they start looking and heading off in a direction, I just kind of sneak across and take back alleys to get to the cathedral.
Let's call it an A01 stealth.
Okay. I could see that I was being pursued, so I'm gonna put a little effort into it.
All right. Take your potential and throw it out onto the table to signify that you used it. Did you put 2 potential in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knows where their potential's at now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward.
Yep.
You manage to shake them. They don't see where you've gone. There seems to be a bit of confusion. They actually head back towards the harbor. As you circle around, you notice that they are no longer in any sort of pursuit of you, and now you can get to the cathedral safely.
I thought
there we go.
my dog was like fucking whimpering at me. What did you say?
I said you managed to lose them. They head back towards the harbor area, and you cut around and get to the cathedral safely without any sort of altercation.
Okay. As soon as I get inside, like I'm kind of like I'm anxious, like I have anxiety, and I know I'm being followed. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's the order because I'm kind of like turning a new leaf against them. I don't know if they sense that. I'm like freaking out. But as soon as I get inside, I feel like this overwhelming sense of relief, and I almost just like walking like, oh, I made it to the safe zone.
Yeah. I made it back to the bonfire.
Yeah, exactly.
This you see this vaulted ceiling cathedral with beautiful paintings and statues and plenty of pews in there, and you see a few people milling about, and a priest approaches you as you enter, and he gives you a small bow, and he says, how may I serve you?
I'm a little caught off by the bow, so I kind of like stutter around a bit, and then I also bow back. And then I say, I'm not really sure. I've never actually been to a place like this. And I'm looking around, just taking in all the architecture and artistry of the cathedral, masonry and such.
He gives you a small nod and motions with his hand for you to walk with him, and you guys begin walking through the cathedral up towards the front. He says, not many new people are called into the cathedral nowadays. You're the first visitor I've had in months.
Meta, this is a
What brings you
cathedral,
here if you're unsure?
right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I've recently come into a new way of thinking, I guess. I've been traveling with a few companions of mine, and I gotta say I wasn't always the nicest person, but in traveling with them, I feel like I care about them.
Well, it's
He's
common
gonna
to
try
have
to
friends
touch
you
us.
care about.
Not for me, not where I come from. I kind of just like look down in shame.
Well, I guess you're going to have to explain to me why this draws you to a church away from your friends you care so much about.
I've done bad things in my life. I've lusted for power. I've shed blood in the name of demons and ill things of that nature, and I've never found what I was looking for, and in blindly stumbling along with these bozos, I've found something I enjoy, and I'm pursuing that now.
So, you're wishing to leave your old life behind? Do you just wish to be Go into a confession and give away your old sins?
In a sense, I'm tired of being scared. I don't like being scared anymore. When I feel like Pelor blessed me, and when I was with him, I didn't feel the fear anymore.
You've seen Pelor?
I think I did. I don't know. I'm here to find out.
He gets a very surprised look on his face. Remember, Pelor's gone quiet, and so for him to manifest for you in some way and have touched you in this way, this is a rather important thing for this this priest. He says, "Would you be interested in joining the Brotherhood?"
Uh, can I do that?
I'm not entirely sure, but I think you should talk to Jerome. It's at least worth a try.
I hold out my hand, my weird hand, palm up, looking at it, and I say, what about the malformed?"
He shows obvious revulsion and turns his face away, and he says, "Please, put that away." We will. He says, "I'm not going to pass judgment on you for that. I believe the answer to that will come to you in time. But for now, if you are interested in joining the Brotherhood, I must take you to Jerome. He will decide if you're worthy or not."
Okay, I follow him towards Jerome, and if you want to go to Relay now, feel free.
We're going to stick with you for a minute.
All right.
He takes you like off to a side room, and it gets into some darker, quaint, so to speak, quarters. There's it's very austere. There's no gold around. There's no silks or anything. It's just bare bones wood bed with like a crappy feather mattress on it and whatnot. This is like the living quarters, and he comes around a corner, and you see this old man,
Nice.
sitting, writing notes in a book, and he seems to be transcribing something from another book, and he's completely enthralled in his work. And the priest kind of gives you a short bow, and he motions to Jerome, and then he says, "I'll be waiting outside." He goes outside the door.
I kind of nod to him, and I walk over, and I look at the book that he's transcribing, since that's what I used to do at Valuna, or in Valuna.
You could tell that it's some sort of ancient scripture of Pelor in some language that you don't know, but you can read the transcribed, and it's transcribed into a language that you do understand.
The words of Pelor. What language is this?
He looks up at you, and he says, "I'm busy, boy," and he goes back to taking notes, or to transcribing.
I don't mean to disturb you, sir, but I didn't catch his name. But the brother
Jerome.
in there, Jerome, brought me. No, not this.
Oh,
old
no,
man,
no, the brother.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
The brother told me that you would judge me worthy or not of joining the Brotherhood.
He looks up at you again, takes a very short, non-committal glance, and he goes, "You're not worthy." And he goes back to writing in the book.
If you believe I'm not worthy, but I don't know. Pelor brought me here for a reason when he carried me through the sky. I turn and I start walking away.
He closes the book, keeping his finger in it to hold his place, and he looks at you. "You reek of debauchery."
I kind of give a half-hearted laugh, like, I'm fucking drowning in sin over here.
And you say you've seen Pelor and he's carried you through the sky?
My companions and I are on a mission. We've been cursed by a lich, and I felt like we were alone in this, but I believe Pelor manifested and carried us through the sky to aid us in our quest.
So you've come to tell me that a lich's curse has brought you to Pelor.
I turned back towards him and I opened both of my hands, one exposing the curse pictogram and the other exposing my freakish hand.
Mm-hmm. He just starts laughing heartily for like a good 45 seconds or so, and then he finally gathers himself. He says, Pelor does work in mysterious ways. And he stands up and he walks over to you and he looks at your cursed hand and your other cursed hand and he says, You're a strange man. And here I thought I was worried that the world had given up on Pelor and that Pelor had given up on the world. Are you sure you wish to join the Brotherhood?
I just know I don't want to be scared anymore. And I feel safe here.
Well, you have to understand, to join the Brotherhood, you must purge your old life, and you must assume an ascetic lifestyle, a life of travel and poverty. You must go forth into the world and see what it has become, and you must abstain from it. Is that something you're willing to do?
If it means living free and without fear, free of fear, then yes. That's exactly what I want.
He mulls your words over and he looks at you and goes, This isn't going to be without fear. This is going to be mastering your fear. You see, in your travels, you will walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and you will encounter evils of all types. You must learn to face them.
What will I do when I encounter them?
Have faith.
Do I kill them or convert them? Turn a cheek?
He places his hand on your shoulder and he says, You will be on a 3-year journey to find yourself. And in these journeys, you must learn the answers to these questions yourself. You see, there are those you must kill and those you must save. There are those little white lies you must tell and the black truths that you must avoid. It is not simply black and white and drawn in stone. Well, what have you to say?
I'm not sure. I mean, this sounds all fine and dandy, but I'm cursed. If I don't seek out the skulls of Balthazar that the lich has cursed me to find, I should perish. And I may not finish my 3-year pilgrimage. I say disheartenedly.
He gives you a little smile and he says, May this be your first test. And he slaps you on the shoulder and he says, Have a little faith. And laughs again heartily.
I'm confused by this old man who was a moment ago telling me to fuck off and is now like slapping and laughing at me.
Well, he's an eccentric little old man. And he says, Well, if you'd like to join the order, you must take a few vows and you must part with your old life and renounce your past, so to speak. And to do this, as a symbol, we must give you a new name. Are you willing to take a new name in the joining of the Brotherhood?
We shall call you Kevin.
I don't see why not.
Your name officially becomes Kevin now.
Kevin.
He walks
Kevin's
over.
in there.
He walks over to the untranslated book and he throws it open and he places his finger on the page and then he looks down over it. Benjamin. I think that's a fitting name. You shall be proselyte Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Sounds good to me.
Well, he takes you off into another area. He goes through basically 30 minutes of rituals and vows being taken and the giving of your new name and all this kind of stuff. And it takes a good long time. And during this ritual, you lose your unsureness and your confusion and somehow find something meaningful in what transpires. And you pick up the skill Faith at level 1.
Nice.
If you look at your Becoming a Friar handout, you'll get Censure and one other skill of your choice, and you can begin working towards being a proper friar.
Since I got Censure, I guess I'll also pick up Zealous Strike.
All right, that makes sense. On your character, go ahead and just delete all that shit and extras that has anything to do with Warlock. So basically everything.
Holy shit.
You are going to be renouncing this part of your life and regrowing as a friar. Now, this is your last step to say never mind. You could stay a warlock.
I deleted it. I already did it. It's gone.
All right.
I deleted all that. I'm going to let you fill in the however you had it.
Oh, just copy paste.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
Just copy paste Censure, put it in there, copy paste Zealot Strike, put it in there, and you have it. And your Faith is at level 1.
Will or charged?
There are Censure is going to be a daily spell. You will use your daily spell tokens to cast it. Okay. Zealous Strike is all the time. You just have it. It's a passive.
Okay. So I no longer have charged spells. I have daily spells.
Yep. I'm trying to consolidate everyone into the dailies because I didn't really like how charged spells were working out anyways. Yeah. They weren't making a whole lot of sense.
I didn't understand how they worked. We kind of just treated them like dailies.
Yeah, they're supposed to be encounters, but this game flows between encounters so quickly it didn't matter because
Oh, is that what they were supposed to be? Okay.
They would work better as combat spells, but you had one that was non-combat, so it was like you could just do it all the time, it felt like. So we got away from that. All right. You are at the end of it. He walks you back out into the cathedral, and
he cuts off your other hand.
He still has your. You still have your bad hand. It's been placed inside a glove. They didn't tell you had to get rid of it. They told you that you would learn the answer in time. They're very. This is very of whether you can find yourself properly or not. So they gave you almost no answers. You have to find the right answer. It's typical quasi-Buddhist religious stuff.
Yeah.
He takes you out into the cathedral and then out onto the front steps of the cathedral, and he motions to the city, and he says, "Go forth, Brother Benjamin. Tell the truth and be good."
What truth?
He winks at you and goes back inside the cathedral.
Do I get a book or anything?
Or a medallion or some gold or something?
During the what do you call it, the 30-minute ritual, it would be assumed that you received a book of some sort of things, like I guess the Pelor equivalent to the Bible, where it's not strictures that you could follow exactly. You kind of got to interpret it.
Oh, and I know. He also received a pair of fingerless gloves.
Well, one would be fingerless, the other one would be covered up.
That's right.
Oh man, that's
The one that
they're
has
a
the
simple
mouth on it has like a little flap that you can open up and close.
like the underwear butt flap from when you wear the
Exactly.
one-piece underwear from like
Exactly.
1920s.
Yep.
Long johns, I think are what they were called.
Yep.
But yeah, you could receive one plain black fingerless glove and one regular glove. You would receive as part of your gear, you'll receive an S-Stock, a Bible of Pelor.
Alright, let me S-Stock.
The S-Stock will be a 1d6 in combat.
The what?
The S-Stock will be 1d6 in combat. Or for attacks. Plus 1d6 to attacks, yeah, made with the S-Stock.
Would the Bible of Pelor be plus 1d6 to faith rolls?
Out of combat. I'll give you that out of combat.
Plus 1d6.
You have to have time to read and meditate.
Are we now a group of 3 paladins?
Well, he's technically a friar. Relay is technically a cleric, and you're technically a paladin. But you are 3 types of
Warriors of Pelor!
That's awesome.
You should share
Yeah,
my
you're 3 holy
new
warriors.
portrait so they can see it.
Yeah, let me get that.
As I kind of turn around confused, the book is like has a giant strap that I sling over me, so it's kind of like a bag hanging at my side across my shoulders or whatever. So I kind
A
of
gigantic ass Bible.
yeah, like it's fucking huge. Not like too huge, but big for a book. So I kind of sling it up. It's about the size of a bag, and I open it, and I kind of just start reading from the beginning as I head back towards the way I came and back towards the house.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
The new.
Perrin looks evil as fuck.
That's the picture he chose.
I come from an evil family. I started the game coming from an evil family, trying to find some good in the world.
Gotcha. Okay.
And when you're evil, you wear a leather trench coat with the collar popped.
Absolutely. Just like fingerless gloves.
We're all from
Exactly.
the 70s. God damn it.
Alrighty. So Proselyte Ben has a S-Stock now instead of little magic daggers, but you also have a weird hand still, and you still have pale magic. So whatever that means, that bridge when you come to it.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did I get a spell from Pale Magic?
It's really floaty at this point. You kind of just do things with your hand, and it's pale magic. Like you sucked some guy in, and it's sort of treated sort of like fight or something else. It's all over the place right now. You'd have to define it more.
Okay.
You get back to the house. It's been quite a while. I would say, well, there's at least 30 minutes plus the 30 minutes of walking. There's probably been about an hour and a half by the time you actually get back to the house. Alone in the living room on the bed, on the day bed. He's tossing and turning, mumbling something in his sleep, and you can hear the clink of swords upstairs.
Sausages.
What?
That's what he's mumbling.
saying in his sleep.
Oh, I just heard the clinking of swords. Sausages. Sausages, like, what kind of sausage
Yeah,
Sausage,
I know.
sausages, sausages, please,
did I
sausages.
come back to? Jesus.
All right, so you hear the tinking of swords upstairs, and he's tossing and turning on the daybed.
I kind of go look over at Rayleigh and I place my hand on his forehead to see if he has a fever, if he's freaking out, or if he's just like having a dream. I put the weird hand on his forehead.
Oh God, that's
So
almost as bad as
the hand like
teabagging
goes
him.
all the way around his head and is like touching the back on the other side.
Okay, are you really putting the weird hand on him, or are you putting your good hand on him?
Yeah, but it's gloved. It's not like touching him with the fucking mouth open.
All right. The idea that he's having some degree of a nightmare, and you could do your first test of faith if you like, and try to calm his soul in his sleep at an obtuse faith check if you like.
Yeah, I would like that. I'm gonna see if I can't train my faith.
Hopefully, this isn't like when you tried to repair the wheel.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna. Let's see, what does censure do? Convention against your enemies? No, okay, not that. So just roll faith.
Yep, just faith against an obtuse.
Alright, I'm going to use one potential.
All right. You managed to calm him.
So it's not one or up?
Go ahead and record an XP.
Fuck yeah.
It was a succeed at a cost. You're going to calm him so he stops tossing and turning and stops screaming sausages. But you're going to take a light wound of well, you decide what it's going to be called, because you're going to be struck with this mental image. And players SR?
I'm going to say that. Holy shit. That looks cool.
This image comes to you, and when it appears in your
not
mind,
the sausages.
the snake hisses at you and says, "Be gone." Not the individual, but the snake hisses and says, "Be gone." And then you're sort of thrown back from Relay. Though Relay is now calmed, you're struck with this, and you take a level 1 wound from it. It's going to be a mental wound. Do you want it to be scared?
I want it to be fear, because him going sausages, sausages. It sounded like he was scared of the snake named Sausages. And what I did was, when I put my hand on his head, as the hand reacted a little bit and almost like sucked the fear out of him, and it came into me all like 8 Mile or Green Mile style. And I'm like, ah!
Your hand begins screaming too, because your hand is in horror of the things that it sucked into it. So you got inside your glove, your weird hand is screaming, and I would imagine like sweat beads on your brow and worry furrows your face and whatnot. So you pick up the minor consequence of feeling fear.
Great thing I was trying to avoid.
Or
but you got to record an XP.
We could just have Relay like accidentally cast Flame Strike on him, on Ben.
Am I supposed to know the name of what this being is or whatever? Because I can see the title of the handout. Okay.
Yeah. It seeps into you, and you know. what it is. Like anyone who knows lore, this would be like the equivalent. You could be atheist, but you know who Satan is because the lore is so prevalent.
Who is this?
Sirik and the snake.
Is that Satan? Like the equivalent of Satan?
Oh. Sirik is the god of lies. Sorry.
Oh, okay. The god of lies?
Yep.
Huh.
So the god of lies is worming its way into Relay's mind. So that is definitely going to be worrisome. So that's probably why you're feeling a little bit of fear. It's like, what's exactly going on here? But there you have it.
Relay is going to be the new liar of the group.
Well, you take it for whatever you think it means. In character, of course.
Right, yeah. Does Rayleigh wake up from that, or is it just us screaming at his face
Nope.
when we take it?
He went into a calm sleep. The muffled screams inside your glove, it was not enough to wake him.
Well, then I kind of, I'm a little fatigued now from that. And like he said, I've got like a sweaty brow, and I'm rocking the new gear with the hat on, and I've never worn a hat. I'm not a hat guy, so it's new to me. I walk upstairs in like brown cloak, and I take the cloak off, and I take the hat off, and I sling them on like a back of a chair, and drop the hat on a table, and I sit down, and I watch Aaron and Eliza sparring without interrupting them. I'll try and not to interrupt them.
Would you like to take a short rest then?
Yeah. I open my book.
Roll your 5 recovery.
I kind of doze off.
You'd be rolling 4d6 actually, because you just took the feeling fear.
Did that work?
No, you have to type a 4 in. You typed 0.
Oh.
Hit your recovery and type a 4. Oh, 6s automatically explode, which it already did. That macro's programmed to automatically explode. So you gain 3 potential. Go ahead and draw 3 and put it in your pool.
All that potential I used came right back. I'm loving this hand.
All right. Perrin, after how many hours would you push her in this exchange?
Till she's exhausted and can't go on. If I'm gonna train her, I'm gonna train her.
This is Palor's Boot Camp. You'll drop and give me 50 Hail Marys.
She's by no means on your level of physique and whatnot, and even this small sword eventually feels like it weighs a ton in her hands as she drops down to her knees. As she looks up at you, and she says, I need to rest, Perrin. And it's been, I would say, 2.5 hours.
Okay.
You're working her too hard, Perrin. She's literally a quarter of your height. Size.
What happened to Kevin?
Huh?
Eliza saying.
Eliza says, "What
Eliza
happened to
says
Kevin?"
Oh. Kevin, where were you all this time?
I've found myself in the Brotherhood of Pelor. I went to the cathedral and I renounced my ways.
He leaves us for a couple hours as a warlock and comes back as a monk. That's great, Kevin. Welcome.
What's her
welcome
name?
to the faith.
My name is Benjamin now.
You sure are a man of many names, my friend.
I was a man of many names. I am now brother Pestilite. What? Pasolite. I'm learning the words.
Proselyte.
It's Benjamin. I say in character.
Proselyte. The heck do you say that?
You like proselyte?
I'm just going to
like-
call you
I
Ben.
have my finger on the word, and I'm like trying to sound it out in the book. Like they didn't tell me much. I'm learning. It's like a teach yourself how to Pelor book.
Teach yourself how to Pelor. Oh god.
I'm over there.
It's-
I'm sitting down. I look like
Pelor
I'm
for
studying for a
dummies.
test. Like I'm sitting at the table, looking in my Pelor book and writing in another one.
Out of character, proselyte just means new convert. It's like typical religious speak, and at least in the old times when they had orders and shit like that. Benjaminson. So Perrin, he seems to go into studying his book more or less. What would you like to do? Are you just going to? Would you like to take a short rest? Is what I'm getting at ultimately.
Yeah, I'll need to take a short rest after I see Eliza's
Right,
done with her training and exhausted. I'll go get her some food, sit her down, and I would imagine she'll probably like take a nap because she'll be so exhausted. And I mean, I'll take care of her first, and
Yep.
then I'll sit down and take a rest myself.
You take your short rest. Go ahead and roll your 5 recovery. She ends up taking a nap, eats heartily. She might even go bathe or something because she's all sweaty. Wow. You gain 4 potential. That takes you up to 12.
Nice.
So draw your 4. That'll come in handy. Now, you guys take your rest. You sit around up there. Ben, are you going to keep studying?
Yep.
Until
I've got to learn. I got a midterm coming up, man.
Perrin, what are you going to do during this time?
Is Relay awake?
No, he's
Not
still
yet.
sleeping.
I'm asking what you're doing while he's sleeping. You basically got about 3 or 4 more hours of him sleeping.
Yep.
And this is the afternoon.
Oh,
We get
yeah.
towards night. Well, I suppose if he's
Yeah,
been
when-
gone a couple hours, it's probably nighttime now.
When he wakes up, it'll be about nighttime. Like he'll wake up about the time the sun sets, so to speak.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go over and talk to Benjamin, and after kind of making, well, that's so great that you found the church. Tell me about your time at the cathedral.
I
You
met some interesting members of the Brotherhood. One of which was a very eccentric, half-naked old man. It was weird. He gave me this book, and I told them about our little run-in with what I still think is Pelor, and it really seemed to convince them that I need to travel on a 3-year pilgrimage to learn Pelor, I think. I don't really know. I keep reading in the book.
Pelorisms.
That's wonderful news. I'm so happy that you've found your way. Speaking of finding your way, I think we should find our way to the vast swamp soon.
I close the book and I look at Perrin, and on another note, our friend Relay was downstairs having a nightmare about what I thought was sausages, but it turns out to be something else. That he is dreaming of Cyric and the snake.
Cyric and the snake. Oh gosh,
Yeah,
that is. I'll like make the cross myself in the way that
the 47-point star.
Exactly. Kind of. What? How do you know he was dreaming about Cyric?
I tested my faith and attempted to relieve him of his fear, and I did. And honestly, I'm so scared myself. I don't know what to think right now.
Well, I'm sure Cyric has something to do with this lich and all the evilness we have found lately. I'm sure that now that Relay is in connection with Pelor, uh, that's a double-edged sword. Now that he's connected, there's going to be evil forces coming after him and trying to stop him or tempt him away from the light.
I think you're exactly right. I think when I attempted to help Relay, that I interrupted something. The snake that Cyric has was telling me to be gone.
That's troubling news, but I'm glad you were able to help him. That's something we should keep an eye on moving forward.
I stand up and I sling my cloak over myself and I put my big brimmed hat back on and I'm adjusting it, getting used to it, and I say we should probably go check on him.
I agree.
And as we're walking downstairs, I take a big whiff and they, someone cooking sausages?
Now, Relay just laid us
About that time, the merchant walks out from the kitchen area and he's like, I was just preparing you guys some dinner. Sausages?
I look at Relay and I look at the sausages and I have a moment of clarity that perhaps he's psychic.
I have foreseen the sausages.
The sausages were foretold that they're coming.
If you dream them, they shall be cooked. All
right, you guys.
Completely forgetting to check on Relay because I am starving. And with that, I'm actually going to go get some food, so I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, if he's going to go AFK, I'm going to go take a leak real quick, so I'll be right back as well.
Sounds good.
Everyone's leaving.
Me too. I'll be right back.
All right.
Nope.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, Tuesday mornings, I tell you. At least it's not Monday. So my flame strike, its spell does 3 base damage, right? 3 damage base, and then I get whatever the rolls on top of that.
There's an obstacle.
Okay.
If you meet the obstacle, you do 3 damage.
Okay.
If you get a minor bonus, you could do 4 damage or something like 3 damage and some sort of minor thing.
Okay. So my rolling will
major bonus, you'll do 5 damage. Will.
Okay.
Spend.
Yeah, so I just roll will against the obstacle to cast the spell. And the damage changes depending on major or minor.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. I know. It's almost like, what, 9 o'clock my time. It's like Relay's been sleeping the whole time.
He's been snoozing.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for everyone to get back from being AFK, and then you can wake up.
I'm back.
Everybody's back.
All right.
It's munching.
They just had a lot of stuff that needed to be done.
Yep.
I like that we're all eating right now, and the next guy just brought out food.
But
That's right.
It's really RP. It's like really added to it.
It's the new virtual reality.
There you go.
We need VR headsets for Roll20.
so the rest of the night passes. I would assume that the merchant carries on conversation with you guys over dinner. He might bring out cards to pass the time or whatnot.
And I share the info about the boat and getting to Safeton by boat if they want to.
Okay. And about this time, down and Relay is waking up from his dream sequence.
Okay. Immediately cast Flame Strike on to Ben.
I was wondering if when he was trying
Wait,
to
what?
use his hand when you were sleeping, if you were gonna like wake up and
I was
accidentally.
looking at this dope menu thing that.
Thou shalt not touch the chosen of Pellar.
But we're all the chosen of Pellar, kind of.
Oh, that's okay. I can divide the Flame Strike.
And we're all dead.
Well, to be fair, Rayleigh spoke to an angel who gave him a montage download flash thing of eye rollage that just gave him flashes of images of nukes and coming out of his hand in the middle of the city. For all he knows, he just got God to tell him that he wants him to nuke the city, and now we've got a terrorist relay on our hands.
Yeah. Terrorist relay.
He's
Jihad.
he's become a religious fanatic.
That's right.
Is this because I pistol whipped you?
I think so.
I would assume that Relay does not translate it to destroy the city.
No,
But
no. I think Relay's more having his like a really good night of sleeping is what it is. One of the restful and peaceful nights he's ever had until the dream comes up of the little worm thingy.
the dream that wormed its way in and then spoke to you those strange things,
Right.
that you'd more or less be found by demons and drug away to where you began, insinuating that your connection to Pelor that you found is going to be severed so that this other god can use you, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
and for some reason, when you wake up, you have this urge to have a new name, more or less, like you think this will help protect you or at least leave behind something. And
right, kind of like a rebirth.
Eliza, yeah, Eliza comes down the stairs and she's rubbing her eyes and she's watching everybody in the room. And she goes, "Oh, Relay, you're awake. You seem to be having a nightmare."
No, I think I'm more struggling still with my new direction in life, and also the I'm trying to will myself to not be an open conduit to all the gods anymore, and just more focus on conducting Pelor.
I love that he's saying this to a little girl.
Yep.
Is that sausages I smell?
It does smell pretty good.
Hey, what's that over there? I'm gonna go over
many
there.
sexual innuendos in this. This little girl is just so bad.
Oh, she's clearly a halfling.
It's like last week when Relay woke up from transmitting the gods, and Eliza comes over and says, "Oh, you've been touched." I was like trying to keep much.
Oh God!
I was like, "Oh, not only is this girl creepy, she's like reverse pedophile."
It's extra creepy.
That's right.
She's 12. Let's not think this way.
That's right.
Anyways, she sits down to eat, and I assume Relay goes over and sits down to eat. And you see proselyte Ben sitting across the table from you. It's obviously Azar/Kevin, but he's dressed like a friar.
He's going to turn. Azar, what is up with you? What's okay, I haven't been asleep for days, have I? He kind of turns back to Eliza.
Eliza starts laughing like uproariously, or like she thinks that's the funniest thing she's ever heard. And it just goes on way too long.
I get a little creeped out by Eliza and her cackling. And I turn to Relay.
Oh, it's not cackling. It's innocent little girl laughing. Just a whole lot of it.
I turn to Relay and I go, "My name is Ben now."
Wait, you're Ben? But how can you be Ben when you're Azar?
You should know yourself. You need a new name when you turn a new leaf.
Oh, that's true. I haven't chosen a new name though.
I think it should be sausages. You're moaning about it.
Sausager.
Supplies.
I don't care. Go. Shut the door.
Those damn imps.
He does care. He really does care.
I swear.
Just right now, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
No, it's their grandma sends them to me to ask for every little thing. And I'm like, just get a goddamn popsicle. I don't care.
Well, it's grandma checking to make sure it's okay.
No, plot
Right,
twist.
I know.
They know you're gonna be like, whatever, just do it. So they're like, "Hey, grandma said, sweet, go get us popsicles."
Probably.
Popsicles.
They're your kids. They're that smart, man.
That's true. They are a product of VOD.
Manipulative little bastards.
Just think of them this way: they're technically the sons of Prath.
Sons of Prath.
Oh no,
So-
Dick Copter.
Oh god! Don't post it. Don't post it.
All right. So
Okay.
back into character.
Yes. So yeah, Relay is still kind of looking over it now, Ben, but Azar for an explanation. Oh, and you said that it was because a change anew, and so, well, Relay's going to turn to him and says, "Well, what has changed? I haven't been asleep that long."
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to
Okay.
now,
Yeah,
Ben.
he's talking to you.
All right, I'm getting talked to outside of the game as well. I found my faith. I am going to live with fear, and I'm going to learn to control it. As I've read further now into the book, I'm like, I think it's sinking in.
Living with fear, is that the name of the person in your hand?
I look at him. No, I'll keep him Carl.
Okay, so it's still Carl, but living with fear. I just made the connection that your hand was very fearful, so you're gonna live with the hand, or I'm confused.
And speaking of which, you were having a dream, rather fitful nightmare. I came over to test my faith and help you, my friend, and I couldn't help but see a vision of Cyric and the snake in your mind.
Yeah, was that Cyric?
That was definitely Cyric.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'm sure with the newfound connection in my faith now strengthened in Pellar, that I'm going to be, really attacked by several different deities that are going to want to still use me as an open conduit. But I'm fighting. I'm going to be fighting against them. Whatever that thing was, it looked like a big slug. It just told me that demons will drag me from where I began, and I have no idea what that means.
If Relay's sitting at the breakfast table with us, I put my hand on his shoulder and I offer him a sausage, and I say, "That's why you've got your friends here to help you bolster your faith and keep you safe."
He kind of looks at the sausage like, "Oh, I don't think I can eat that right now." Kind of drawing the connection between the sausages and the strange worm.
The extra toasty sausage skewered by my fork is dripping with fatty oils and
Ichor.
grease. Yeah, ichor.
Relay kind of has a
It
constitution
looks like
moment.
worm ichor.
That's right.
I take a big old nasty bite out of it, and it kind of squirts out the sides of my mouth. And it's like, "Oh, you don't want it, man."
Some of it lands on Eliza.
As you guys are
Coming
talking
from
and having
a noble house
this
and being
joking moment.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well,
I was
sort
gonna
of.
say, coming from a noble house and being raised in a very proper environment, I'm kind of looking on them in a little bit of disgust when they're eating.
Yeah.
Being a little
Don't tell me you're
He's
gonna
like
cut the sausage
sitting there.
in slices with your pinkies held out and shit.
pinkies,
Oh, yeah.
no, but
Pinky out,
yes,
little fork.
a little, very, very proper.
As you guys are having this fun little moment of proper sausage eating and joking about slugs and whatnot, in the far side of the room, a black ball begins swirling, and the whole house shakes very lightly with a tremor. It's just a black, nebulous, kind of swirling, shadowy orb, and it's slowly growing bigger.
Wait, say that again?
On the far side of the room, there is a black, swirling, nebulous, cloudy black orb that is slowly getting bigger. Little bits of lightning will arc through it. It's clearly some sort of source of badness.
Is it like a teleporting or a dimensional, something like that?
Somebody want to try and figure that out?
Yeah, I
I'll
would.
roll an insight check.
But
Gonna kind of tap somebody on the shoulder and point and say, "Please tell me I'm not the
this
only
would-
one seeing this."
I turn and look at it with a big old smile as I'm still eating sausage, and I drop my sausagey fork, and I spit it out, and I get ready.
Ob one lore.
to
I'm gonna just go
anybody
straight for that one.
who wants to know what it is. Anybody
I
else gonna
will-
roll?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a succeed with
Bam,
minor
that's
cost,
a
right? Can I
two.
get an XP for that?
It was Ob 1 and you got a 1 success. So you got it on par. Jacob got a major bonus. So everybody's going to know that it's more or less functioning as a gateway to another plane of existence. Azar is going to know specifically that it looks like Sirik is going to make good on his threat. And this is something here to assault, most likely Rayleigh. It's hard to say at this point, but you also know that it's going to kill whatever it gets it in an attempt to get to Rayleigh. And this is going to be something big and powerful. And there's going to be many casualties if you guys do not handle this.
Did I regain my
And
spell?
it continues opening up. Yes, you have all your daily spells. It does appear to be opening into a portal now, and on the far side you see just swirling chaotic maelstroms on the other side of the portal. And Liza runs over, holds on to Perrin, and showing on Perrin.
I will say, Eliza, get behind me.
Merchant jumps up, and he's like, "We have to get out of here." And he grabs Eliza by the hand, and he runs her out the door that leads into the kitchen and up into the stairwell and whatnot. What do you guys want to do?
Relay will turn back to Perrin and say, Perrin, live by faith and not by fear.
And I
Eliza,
say,
draw your
if you
sword.
live with fear, use your fear. I'm actually gonna
And eventually-
I'm gonna take the glove off my hand and expose it to the orb and see if anything happens.
Nice.
It tries to crawl up your arm in the weirdest way, like the knuckles bend backwards, and it's literally tearing at your arm to get away from the orb.
It's scared.
I glove it back up and then I
And
open
it
my
starts
book
screaming
and
too.
start reading from it to see if I can. Power of Pelor compels it.
Your hand or the orb?
The orb.
You're not going to get time to get into any pertinent information as the orb begins to swirl open and form a portal. And then you see a beast, some sort of serpentine creature, pour out of it. And I imagine this is going to be terrible, but you know the scene on Ace Ventura where he comes out the back of the rhino?
Right.
I imagine that scene as this thing and flops onto the ground, and then like wet slime spreads out over the floor.
Are we
And then
fighting
when
a
it
giant
stands
turd?
up, nope, this is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
Oh,
Oh,
there it
okay.
is. There it
Oh,
is.
that's a
Hand
sword.
out.
Jesus.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
Oh, so it's got like a snake body type thing.
Yeah, it's like a naga thing.
And then
yeah, and it's
Relay's going to say underneath
much
his breath real quick.
smaller than you guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Relay's going to say the words that the worm had said in the dream. He's going to kind of under his breath, softly. He's going to, demons shall drag thee to whence thou began. And he's kind of getting a concerned look on his face.
I put my hand on Relay's shoulder, and in my other hand, I'm gripping the holy book of Pelor, and I give him a reassuring nod, and I say, "Stay with me, brother. We've got this. This is a test from Pelor. This is a test of our new callings."
Yeah, and he's just and you don't see fear crossing his face. It's more of an understanding that's coming to him.
It's not necessarily that I think you're scared. It's
right.
I know your past and how you start piecing things together. You're a mental detective that scares the shit out of yourself, and I'm trying to prevent you from getting there based on what I thought you used to be. Is that a tile floor? Do you think I can picture your kitchen floor?
No, it's just tiles that I put together.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Relay's going to turn to Azar, and he's going to say, "We need to get that portal closed. The worms.
The portal's closing up behind the worm. The portal delivered the worm, and now the worm is here to attack you."
Oh, okay.
Now, a couple of quick explanations on mechanics that we're going to be working here. Each tile is a zone that you move to. You can move one zone for free on your turn. You can move additional zones, but to move 2 zones would be an Ob 2 athletics, Ob 3 athletics, Ob 4, so on and so forth. But the first zone move is for free. And then you can make 1 attack on your turn.
So each tile is a zone? Or each section of the tile?
Yes.
Okay.
Each tile is a zone.
Where's Eliza?
So you ignore the circles and the triangles. Eliza got taken back out through this door into the other room by the merchant to protect her.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember
This is the front door to the building on the back side of the demon down here. And this is the door to where Eliza and the merchant went.
Okay.
Huh? The yellow dots
and red.
They're mechanics, which is what I'm getting to next. Relay is going to take the red dot to signify that he has the aggro. This creature wants to kill him in specific, or do whatever with him, drag him off, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, you guys could attempt to take the aggro at any point under various circumstances, which is fine by me. And we'll address that when it comes to that. These blue orbs over here basically go to beans, or, you know, instance, pull your sword and this would slide somewhere and represent your sword, you know, things like that. Now, down here at the very bottom is this yellow orb. This creature is going to have various different types of attacks, and after it does an attack, if it's left one side vulnerable, I will put a yellow orb on that side to represent that his obstacle to hit him will be reduced by 1 on that.
Oh, like a vulnerability side or whatever.
Now he has a on the vulnerable side. Now he's going to be basically an obstacle 3 to hit him. He's not going to be super hard to hit, but he's going to have like a lot of HP, so you can't do the insta gib kill on him. He's just too big and too tough.
Right.
Now, as you guys have rallied together and whatnot, and the demon came up and formed, he's immediately going to charge forward 2 spaces, and he's going to enter your space. Now, Perrin and Ben, you guys must enter a different square. Any of the adjacent squares, he's counted as being in this one with Relay.
I can't select myself.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I can select
controlled by...
Yeah, I can also...
What is your name? Azar?
I can also select the red bubble, but...
Controlled by...
I'm gonna turn around and hand the red bubble to Perrin.
Unfortunately, you can't do that.
You go ahead and take that.
All right. So you guys, this is representing more or less the fact that you do have to move out of the way of the creature if you don't want to get hit. but you just move. That's a fine spot over there. This counts, Jacob, where you were, because it's as long as it's. You can move diagonals or straight along lines. Either way works.
As the creature,
now, Relay,
as the creature comes forward, Relay's going to try to duck and cover with his shield, a defensive maneuver to roll into the section down below him.
Okay, he's charging at you, and he's going to strike at you. Now it's going to be an obstacle 2 to dodge because this is a goring maneuver, or it's an obstacle 4 to actually block it with your shield. Because it's such a forceful maneuver, it would be easier to dodge than block. But if you have a really great block, you're welcome to attempt it.
Yeah, no, he's going to try to do a block.
Raven has good athletics, if I recall.
Yeah, in a maneuver, a defensive maneuver to get past this thing as it's rushing in, and maybe get to one of the zones back behind it.
Okay.
I love that we went to the appropriate sides to look at the battle. Ben's looking this way, and Ben's looking this way.
I'm going to explode that 6. Well,
alrighty.
Well, it's an opportunity if you keep it.
Could I use that as a learning experience?
It's a giant demon. It's up to you whether you think that's a good idea or not.
No. I'm going to explode the 6 first.
Leave it up to fate. I might get another 6, and another 6, and another 6.
Oh, no more 6. That's a Crux, right? It was a Crux.
Yeah,
you can't Crux it.
Toss a Crux out there.
Just Crux.
It didn't successfully explode. You can try to re-roll if you would like, or you could take a minor cost.
What did I roll on that last one? Oh, I rolled a 3. It was so close.
I feel like re-rolling explode should be special.
Yeah.
Like you either shouldn't be able to do it, or if you do it, it's
no. He's got 3 threes he could re-roll.
I can roll. Yeah, I can re-roll the quitters, right? Or just one of them.
Yeah.
Let me throw another
re-roll one quitter
there.
per.
Yeah. So I'm going to re-roll that quitter. Oh, nice.
Oh,
there we go.
I'm going to explode that one. I'm going to explode that one too.
Your 6s are already exploding, so you can go ahead and roll it. You don't have to spend another Crux.
Oh, don't have to
you
spend
spent a Crux to explode all 6s.
Okay, so I'll just add another 6 on there is what I'm doing, right?
Yeah, just roll another more.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
I rolled another one. Yeah, I got a 6 and a
1
on that one.
So,
yeah, you did roll a 6
I got
on that one.
Roll
3.
Keep rolling.
Oh, I rolled again.
Move to wherever you want to roll that's adjacent to your original. No, it automatically did.
Yeah, it
Move
automatically
to somewhere adjacent to this tile.
Right there, right?
All right.
Or actually, I better come over to this side because it was coming forward straight at me. I don't think I could roll through it, so I'm going to roll over.
If you've ever played Dark Souls, rolling through it's the key.
So I got a 3.
So you managed to roll out to the side, and for your minor success, the creature is going to be overcommitted, and he's going to slam into the wall behind you and take 1 point of damage. He's also going to ruin the door and cause it to fly off the hinges and stuff, and you hear the little girl in the next room screaming. Eliza's like, ah! You guys' turn. You decide who goes first, second, and third.
I don't know how Matt feels, but hearing Eliza screams gets Ben's blood boiling, and he wants to fucking kill this bitch.
Yeah, I would scream, Eliza, run to the cathedral.
You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to notice that Perrin, yelled that, and that he also has concern for her, and I'm going to ready a move to strike simultaneously as when he strikes on his turn.
Okay, Relay's just going to, as he part of his
swing at it.
Okay, go ahead.
To hold on, real quick. To hit it, Neither of you have reach weapons, so you're going to have to move back into its square to hit it.
Oh, so we're actually out of the square, not within next of it. Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, we definitely both move. Like kind of a lunging stab when Perrin does like a leaking flash thing. I go right for the kidney.
I'm thinking that since I had just trained with Eliza, I would have my long sword and shield. I wouldn't have my two-handed sword on me.
Absolutely. That's perfectly acceptable.
Which a two-handed sword.
So if you guys want to, join your attacks, that's perfectly fine. You would you roll your move plus whatever, and it's going to be against. Since you guys, it's going to be an ob 3 for each of you. You just got to beat an ob 3 each against his defense. Whatever you want to use to fight him.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to.
You have your S stock.
Use fight. I'm going to use 5 potential because this is a fucking Viper demon just appeared out of nowhere. I'm also going to use one of my dailies, the Divine Smite. So I'm going to get a +7 to my fight. So I got to give up 5. Not Crux. 5 potential. So just throw these things out. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Those are Crux.
Crux.
Take those back.
Just take them all back.
Yeah,
right click on them.
Hey,
right click,
Joseph,
card.
Is Zealous Strike passive, or do I have to choose to cast it? Because it just says I may use.
Well, if you do. Yeah, it's passive. If you want to use fight, use fight. If you want to use Zealous Strike and use faith, use faith.
I'm going to use Zealous Strike, but would I still get the 1d6 from my S stock?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'm going to use my Zealous Strike to... Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to use my fucking daily spell on it since I've got 4 uses of a daily spell. I'm going to use my Censure, which I can turn your faith and conviction against your enemies, frightening them with the words of your deity. Test versus your target's metal -1. A feared target flees the judgment of your god.
All right, well, we're going to have that go off right after Perrin's attack. So, Perrin, make your rolls. Otherwise, him hitting it would cancel your fear immediately.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Would you like to explode your 2 6s?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to explode this demon in the name of Pelor?
What do I...
yes, sir.
Exploding is a Crux.
1 Crux, and all your 6s explode.
Alright, so...
And all your dreams come true. Nice. That's a hit, right? 4, 5, 6.
Oop, it only rolled 1,
You have 2
though.
6s. Yeah.
I hit...
You can roll 1 more.
I hit reroll, not explode. That's why. Oops. What is happening?
That was reroll a quitter. There, you got one?
Just one.
Yep.
Success.
So 7 against an ob 3.
All right, you're going to deal 4 damage to it with your attack.
The way the creature looks, how he's kind of like curling over in fear, is exactly how he looks as Perrin leaps at him. Like, oh god!
Yeah, I would imagine like he just went past Perrin and I'm just swinging down on his back.
Like, I'm sorry, I didn't know the little girl was there.
I didn't mean to scare her.
Imagine the sword glows and leaves like an arc of golden lightning behind it as he slams it and cuts deeply into the backside of the Viper demon, and it recoils in pain. And now, Jacob, it's your opportunity to fear it. Ob 2.
All right.
Ob 2 faith test.
I'm gonna use my Ob faith, and I'm going to throw some potential on that. Glad I threw so much potential on it. Jesus.
Oh, that's one.
I'm gonna take the minor cost so that I can get an XP on that. Because
All right,
if I get the XP right now, I'm pretty close.
Toss your potential out. Record an XP. And the minor cost is the creature does become feared and flees down 2 spaces over
I want
here.
an attack of opportunity.
There's no attacks of opportunity. And the minor cost is like, I imagine you're like holding your book, your Bible, as you're censuring him. And as he flees past you, his tail whips your book and causes it to go over here. And you've dropped it.
Oh,
I could totally see that though, because I would hold the book in one hand on my weird big hand, so it kind of like holds the whole book, and the pages like fly and start turning open. The words turn gold, and like a light shimmers out of it, and that's like in the light he sees like something that scares the fuck out of him, and that's when he like turns and lashes and knocks my hand, and the book goes flying.
All right. Now it is Relay's turn to attack. Now, Relay, the creature has been feared. It's running away. You could do whatever you like, but hitting it will wake it out of its fear.
No. He's going to turn to the demon, and then it says, yeah, thou shalt follow me, but you will... well, I had something
he does so that good. Exact thing.
yes. Thou shalt follow me, but you are not following me? He'll kind of lose it there, and then he'll raise his mace up into the air and cast Flame Strike onto it.
Nice.
All right. It's an obstacle 3 to Flame Strike it.
Yeah. By the holiness of Pelar, the light shall destroy thee.
All right, Ob 3, you keep on 3s instead of 4s.
Okay. I keep on 3s instead of 4s?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I am going to throw out 3 potential.
Special macro.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to throw out 3 potential for that.
Jacob, did you put your potential out when you spent them?
No, I did not. I think I spent...
Now, do I roll will for the strike
3.
or just roll Flame Strike?
You have a Flame Strike macro, so your Flame Strike macro should have the 3 for your will, and then you would put in 3 potential, so you'd be rolling 6d6, keeping it a 3. Okay. If you don't have the macro, you could just roll it regular, and we can evaluate your skill, your roll, and then pick out the 3s. All right, go for it.
Oh, man, only 3 out of there.
You got 3 successes. Would you like to try and do some re-rolls, or you just want to stick at that?
Yeah, I want to re-roll those 2 quitters.
Go for it.
Okay.
2 Crux.
2 Crux. There's 1 re-roll. That hits. And the second reroll.
So you're up to 4 hits.
Oh yes.
Oh, nice. That made your success, so that's 5 damage or something. Whatever you said it was.
So
yeah, that's 5 damage. What does it look like when you thoroughly channel the shit out of Pelor's wrath down onto this demon?
Okay, as he raises his mace up into the air, there's just like this arc of lightning that strikes up through the roof of the house, and then it kind of goes out of sight and everything. And you know, I'm sure everyone's looking around like, you were supposed to hit the demon. And then all of a sudden coming back down from the sky and through the house is a huge pillar of flame, of searing heat that just comes down and strikes right on top of this the demon thing, the worm thing, and just kind of makes this little area of effect around him. But the focused area of the flame strike directly nailing it right onto its head.
Boom.
Proselyte Ben shouts out, "Pelo's light upon you!"
Now,
this is Perrin's
That-
first time seeing
And
flames.
wait, I have one more thing. I have one more thing Relay's going to
Go
say.
ahead.
Praise to Pelor.
Go ahead.
He's like, there are many ways to see than with your eye. There are many other ways to see than with your eyes.
I love fucking Ray and how like awkward it is. Like, yeah, but the thing is, I got you, bro. it's my favorite.
The
character
flame
right
strike comes down, slams into the demon, and the demon goes prone on the ground from the sheer force of it. But you also seared a hole through the first and second floor roofs.
Yes, I did.
Sorry, merchant.
You could see
And the demon broke
you
the
could
door.
see the outline of the flame strike, and at the ends of it are singed, still burning bits of wood. So it's like a orange ring in the roof above you, and then the first and second floor roofs as well. So it was a pretty devastating strike. And when the creature slams down to the ground, you see it start to heave, and it pulls itself up on its arms, and what looks like gills open up on its back and on its neck and on its chest. And all of a sudden, a blast of green noxious gas comes out from it in a giant ring. So it comes out in a big arc flying off of it, and it fills the whole room. And it moves in a wave, so you can try to dodge it or block it. But either way, it's an obstacle 3.
Oh,
To block, not to be hit
That for
with
all
the
of us.
poison wave.
I am dodging
Everybody in the room.
So I have the
We'll start
quality
with
shield
Perrin.
from Sir Reginald. It says plus 2d6 on melee defense, a physique roll. How do I use that?
We'll call it for this defense 2. Combat defense.
Roll a physique with a 2 potential on it.
Yeah, roll a physique with a plus 2 for free, and then any potential you want to spend in addition to that.
I will use an extra 2 potential. Because this is like a serious fight. I'm definitely like very focused on this.
Wow.
Oh
Holy
my goodness.
cow.
Whoa.
Look, there's 4 6s in there.
Yeah, I think I gotta.
Action parents.
I think I've gotta.
Yeah, explode
just
those.
to get like some insane.
Yes. Big
something.
time. Yes.
All right,
All right.
go ahead.
4 more 6s.
Go ahead and explode them.
So throw out my Crux. Explode.
4 of them.
This is
Oh, I only
insane.
got 2 out of those.
So I hit a 7 attack on him and then a 7 defense on him.
Wow.
Then 1 more 7 in the name of Pelor.
And
All right, we're gonna come back to that glorious thing. I'm going to suggest that you dodge towards him.
yeah, I'm gonna kind
to
of
make use of this bonus.
I'm gonna kind of when the gas comes out, it's like I'm just calmly walking towards him behind my shield, like it's not phasing me at all, just holding up my shield and kind of pushing forward through the blast.
I thought you were gonna like dive forward and slash a holy light blade through the plume of smoke.
I'm going to give you 1 move for now, and then we'll come back to you, and you can do additional stuff. Now, we're going to go with Ben since he's next in the left to right order. You got a dodge versus an ob 3.
I'm going to dodge back into this room to make sure Eliza's safe. And I'm going to hold up my cloak like Batman. Block. What would my dodge skill, or is that physique or athletics?
Dodge is athletics.
Okay.
Physique is block.
And do that.
That didn't work.
Ah, damn it.
Macros busted.
Let me change.
Why didn't that work?
Your character sheet macro's busted for that spot.
Yeah, it's just that last spot. I'm gonna use physique for now, but it's the same level as athletics.
Okay.
That's fine.
Or just choose
spin.
another box and type in athletics choose another box to the right of it. Just type in athletics.
I wonder how I botched one single macro.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
You spent 5 potential on it?
Yes, I did, because I am terrible at athletics, dude.
Yeah. All right. Throw your 5 potential out. Would you like to succeed at a cost with your athletics?
You can re-roll that 6 though.
Wait, no, not that. Give me that one back.
There's a whole bunch of tokens falling down upon Perrin.
Give me one Crux back.
You just
You
right-click on the Crux.
it and put take card.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Did not know that.
So you're going to explode that 6?
Yeah, let me click the explode button. How many? Just one? Yeah. Nope, nada. Okay.
Oh,
Nope.
I'm gonna.
Hold on a second. Do you want to spend any more Crux, or do you want to succeed at a minor cost?
I'll spend another Crux. Fuck it. Might as well not.
All right.
Re-roll a quitter.
Yep.
Let's see. Reroll.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Now you can explode that 6 if you want.
Explode it.
Do I have to spend another Crux, or is
Nope.
the previous
Nope.
one count?
Just roll it.
Once you open 6s, they're all open. All right. Then
Rolled a
Playing
one.
with
out
my
anyways.
emotions here. Jesus.
Yeah.
You succeed and take no damage. And do you want to roll out of the room?
Yes. Just
Ben rolled out the door. You see
guys later.
you see Eliza cowering in the corner, like hiding behind the counter in the kitchen, and the what do you call that guy? And the merchant is standing there with her, trying his best to protect her. He has a sweaty brow, and fear is obviously his prevalent emotion right now.
But are they otherwise safe? Like the blast when he hit the door didn't hurt or kill anyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see splinters of the door all over the room, but like she might have a splinter in her hair, but she's not bleeding or anything. Relay, what do you do?
Relay, as he sees the gas come out and notices Perrin lunge forward and being filled with this the Pelor's light. He's going to, as he sees Perrin lunging forward towards the creature, he's going to cast Sanctuary on Perrin to reduce that obstacle even more. And then he's going to dodge away.
At this point, it would be better for you to put it on yourself because he's already succeeded so great. It's not going to really help him at this point.
I want him to blow it out even more.
If you want to, we'll have it 7 versus 2.
Oh, is it only one -1 obstacle?
Yeah, it only takes the op down by 1.
Okay. Yeah. No, because then he's going to kind of do this all at the same time as he's dodging away.
All right, now you got to roll your dodge. Go
Yep.
ahead and toss your daily spell out there.
Okay. Got to make it exciting, right?
It's going to be exciting if you get hit.
Hey, what was the yellow thing down here again?
And he's going to drop out. I'm going to drop out 1 potential too for that roll.
If he does something to manage to get caught, you guys could weaken him. But so far, you haven't let him attack for shit.
Fucking Pelor up his ass.
Oh!
All right, it's an ob 3. Would you like to succeed at major cost, or do you want to spend some?
I got to spend some Crux. So let's
Alrighty.
drop 1 out there to reroll a quitter. That was the 3. I'll try another 2. Reroll. Oh man, one more. Is that like I only get that was a 2? Yeah, I only got one more. Did I have 3 2s? Nope, just 2 2s.
Just 2 2s.
You got 3 2s. You got 3 2s.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
The potential you spent as well.
Potential is a 2.
Oh, that's true. Are the re-rolls are not other ones? Oh, that's right. Okay, so let's re-roll there. Oh, what in the world? Okay, I think I'm done at that point.
Jesus.
All right.
Unless I can take. Oh no! If I would have got one of those, I could have took a doom to make it pass. Or could I take a doom to make it pass?
If you want to take a doom, you could take a doom.
To not take the effects or to make the athletics pass.
If you take a doom, you'll be succeeding at minor cost.
Okay, let's do that.
But actually, dooms
Yeah,
need to be taken before. Wait.
Oh, they need to be taken
Dooms
before.
I forgot they need to be taken before the obstacle.
Yeah, it's to reduce.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't backhandedly reduce the obstacle. That's kind of cheaty. So yeah, you basically you get to succeed at a major cost.
Yep.
At a major cost.
Goddamn book. I just got that thing.
Let me see. MJ, you're going to take a severe wound.
Ouch.
Called we'll call it acid
3?
burns. His poison.
Is
Oh
it
yeah.
3?
Oh, dude, he's
one.
the hound.
But wasn't it Ob 3?
Yeah. It's an op 3 to dodge it, but it has a separate damage.
Oh, so it goes right to severe. Oh, I see how it's functioning. Okay.
So if I were to use Martyr and reduce target's wounds by half, it'd go to 1.5. Would that round down to 1, a light, or would it be a moderate?
One of you would have to take the 2. One of you would have to take the 1 in that case, and you could choose who does what.
I will
Who's
take.
Who's going to be Two-Face? Who's going to be Three-Quarters Face?
You have to do it. It's lay on hands, so you'd have to be over there and lay your hands on him and physically take it from him. But
I have one that's called.
When this,
you may reduce target's wounds by half. Rounded down, and take on those wounds.
Oh, let me see.
Martyr sounds like jumping in front of versus touching him and taking.
Yeah, this would give me a light wound, and Relay would get nothing.
Well, and I have
your Martyr
healing grace too, to where I can reduce my target's wounds by half of my will rounded up. I guess that's only 1. 2.
Your
I guess
Martyr
2.
Perrin is functioning as lay on hands.
Gotcha. So I have to
at D&D. So you go over there, you put your hands on him, and then you take some of the wounds on yourself. That's the martyrdom.
Yeah, that wouldn't work at this time then, because I'm charging towards him behind my shield.
So Relay, when you're hit with this acid, you tried to dodge out of the way, and which way did you want to dodge? Forward
he was dodging towards the door, actually.
All right, so you dodge over to here, but on your way, the acid splashes and burns you kind of badly across your skin. Now, to go back to Billy Badass over here, Perrin, you're going to get to take, basically, as part of your dodge, I'm going to give you an attack, so you can move forward and perform an attack in addition to that. And let's see, because you got a 5 discrepancy, I'll give you I was going to give you 2 bonus dice, but since MJ wanted to spend a daily, I'll give you a bonus 3d6.
Okay. So we do know, like, this is a demon we know about? Or just, like, not this specific demon,
it's
but
a
this
viper
type of demon?
Yeah, it's an archetype of Cyric, the god of lies. These demons are basically like his henchmen. They go out and perform deeds when
they get their ass kicked.
When his lies fail, demons come in and do their thing.
Gotcha. So as I'm walking towards attacking him, I'm going to kind of yell, "Why did Cyric send you?" And I'm going to use 2 potential. I'm going to use another spell token because I'm going to use the Divine Smite again. So that's 2 from the Smite, 2 from my potential, and then I get 3 from the bonus. So I'm rolling a +7.
Yes.
Well, you'd also get one. You get one from your sword, I believe.
That's the great sword. Oh wait, no, long sword plus. Oh yeah. So that attack earlier, I didn't even roll
Gets better.
that.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't roll that one earlier
Hindsight is
either.
20/20.
Yeah. No,
So
I'm
it
not
was
gonna.
an 8
I'm not gonna
versus.
take it now. Okay, so I'm rolling my
You
fight
annihilated the
plus.
shit out of him. So
Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything different. So all right, fight +8.
jeez.
Crap. Whoa!
Oh my god.
And
Do you want to explode that 6?
I don't think it's necessary.
No, I'd rather save my Crux.
Exactly. This guy's image is so
All right.
appropriate. The coiling in fear. It's just the pure pain Perrin is putting him through.
Yeah, and I'm gonna yell, "Why did Cyric send you?"
Who does number 2 work for?
He hisses at you, and he says, "For the chosen one," in guttural, hissy snake tones. And then he is going to perform a pushing attack and push you back up to here against this wall. And now he is going to do an arcing strike where he puts his claws out in front of him in a crossing arc that hits basically this space, and this space as he tries to hurt all of you. But in doing so, he leaves his backside weak. If you attack from the yellow side, which would be here, you get to reduce this obstacle by 1 when hitting him. Now, this arcing claw strike can be dodged or blocked at a 2.
Okay.
We're going to start with Perrin.
Can I use a? Well, no. Okay. Yeah. Did I do damage to him with that attack?
You did a shit ton of damage to him.
Okay, cool. Wow.
Jeez Louise. Oh my god.
We're
So
taking
to
all the
knob
good
2, once
rolls.
again,
That's
Wow.
not.
You
That's not
succeeded.
Every
using any.
single one.
That's not using any potential either.
That wasn't that 2 potential?
No, that's my shield. I get a
Oh,
+2 on physique rolls with my shield.
holy cow.
You
this thing
succeed,
Sir Reginald.
yeah, no shit, Sir Reginald, help you. That rich guy that you guys hated.
Good thing
Reginald
I
Leonin.
saved him.
Yeah, no shit. Basically, success at a major bonus, I'll allow you to pass 2d6 to relay to help with his defense because you've absorbed so much of the strike that the creature is put mildly off balance and it's not going to attack as strongly against relay.
Yeah, I'm kind of imagining he's swinging at me first. My shield blocks it, so his hand's not moving as fast when it comes to relay.
I see him like deflecting it upward, like he goes to swipe and you like ping it up when it goes over Rayleigh.
All right, you got to beat a knob 2, MJ, and you have two bonus dice.
Okay. Athletics. There we go.
All right,
Oh, that means there's a 6.
you got it.
Yep.
Did you dodge, correct?
Yeah, but he's going to dodge towards the creature.
All right, I'll allow you to get a bonus dodge since you succeeded with a minor bonus.
Mhm.
You can dodge all the way around to his backside if you want.
Yeah, go in there.
Go into the booty.
Going to the booty.
Get them groceries.
Get the groceries. I got a yellow thing right on my head. That's
I've heard
the,
of blue balls,
all right.
but I haven't heard of red and yellow balls.
that's right. That's the acid mark that burned my face. Just call me the
All
Phantom
right.
now.
It's player's turn now. You guys could choose the orders you want to go in. I kind of want to see relay attack.
Yeah, he's going to attack first.
All right. By what means would you like to attack? Are you going to annihilate more of this poor old guy's house?
No.
Right? We're going superhero mode on this guy over here.
No,
More
this
damage
time he's just going to attack with his mace.
Yeah, please don't burn me.
Yeah. he just rolled away, and now he's going to slam forward with his mace.
Ob2 fight.
Ob2 fight. All right, I'm going to put 2 potential on that too. Oh man, I'm getting so down on potential. Oh, nice. Let's throw out a Crux.
Wow.
And let's explode those 6s. That's 6 actually.
That meowing is the sound of the Viper Demon being
It's been reduced to.
Ah, dang it.
All right. Do you want to reroll any quitters? You got 2 or 1 quitter.
Nah, I'm good with that. I'm getting low.
All right. You come up behind the creature as it's distracted by its attack on Perrin, and you come to its weak spot. And you're going to succeed with a minor bonus. Do you want... actually, I'm just going to say you inflict the additional damage because it had 2 HP left.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to do 2 damage. And I imagine take that bonus dodge and then come up behind it and then bring your mace up and a holy smite and just smash it into the back of this creature. And you hear a sick crunching and popping sound as its spine severs and its top half just folds back.
Pillar's light
collapses to the ground.
flares. Pillar's light flares.
All right. There are
Through his
flares going on.
Well, flares as in it
it
illuminates the mace head.
Right. And it burns and smashes and cracks and pops the back of it. And are you just going to do one big smash, or do you want to like hit him a bunch of times in a row?
Just one big smash.
One big smash. The creature's spine breaks and it folds back over. So I would imagine it's like that's like it just folded back, like its head is here.
Yeah.
And then it just collapses to the ground and begins quickly shriveling up and fading away. And pretty soon there's just the outline of ash on the ground from where its body once existed. And Ben, you come back into the room, and what do you say?
I say, well, goddamn.
Hallelujah.
Rules. I start praising Pellar as I walk over and I pick up my book.
All right, Ben has his book.
Singing praises
right.
to Pillar.
Pella is good.
Yeah.
Pella is good.
Relay will turn over to Ben, and as his face is kind of like sliding like he's having a stroke from the acid attack, and he's like, "Where'd you go?"
Jesus Christ. Are you okay?
Not really.
I go over and I try to faith heal him with my hand.
Oh, it's just a flesh wound.
Relay has plenty of
I'm not expecting that
to
to work.
heal himself.
Yeah.
We'll get into all of the healing stuff later, and we'll do. Josh, what, a couple minutes to focus on RP because we only got like 13 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm gonna definitely. I was starting to feel revigored after talking to Eliza, and then seeing Ben transformed into his faith was starting to get even more revitalized. And now after this fight, I kind of feel like maybe Pelor's plan for me is not necessarily to, grow in the spells like the other two has, but maybe as like truly a holy warrior, like a demon slayer fighting the evil that stands in Pelor's way. And I feel much more. I have a much clearer path in front of me after that fight.
Okay.
Basically this.
Okay. I'm his fist.
Type.
Yep.
I like that.
Relay's going to stop for a moment.
Some,
and look down at his wrist. And he's going to stop, and then he's going to look at his companions, and then look at the dust where the demon was. And he's like, brothers, I think we're losing sight of what we're supposed to be doing here. There is a problem, and unfortunately, I think that I'm making the problem more complicated. We're now dealing with not only finding these skulls for this demonic lich, but we're also now dealing with the demons that are coming from what I have done by choosing Pelor as my deity.
Really, oddly enough, I think this is a great sign. I think it means you're on the right path. The demon referred to you as the chosen one. You're going down the right path. The fact that Cyric and the evil are trying to stop you and us means you're doing something right. We're doing something right. We need to build on this. I think we need to use this momentum. I think this is a sign from Pelor that we should continue our work and go find the skulls.
I agree.
Relay will turn and says, Perrin, you've been so very wise. So for what I just heard from you is, if life gets too hard to stand, kneel. I think we should all join together and kneel and pray and praise our God Pelor.
I open my book giddily and I'm like, oh, I've been waiting for this. I have a path.
Wait. I've got the thing for this.
I was reading this last night.
Actually, I get that plus D6 for faith outside of combat, so I'm going to roll a prayer. And I'm gonna,
there you go.
Say a little prayer for you. All right.
He's going to sing the prayer. You're
what are you trying to achieve?
Bard priest.
I'm
so
trying.
That I know how to reward or obstacle it.
Cast a protection on this house from further demons popping in on us.
Oh, I don't really think you're like, I'm thinking that'd be like an obstacle for something, and you've got 2 potential and 1 in faith. I don't see it happening, but it's the thought that counts. I would say that you could study into it and probably take a sleep on it and then come back the next day and put a protection on the house of that nature.
I'll do that then.
All right. I don't mean to be a buzzkill, but you are pretty dry and a newbie. RP moment to wrap it up there, and
damn it. I was muted this whole time. Shit.
Yes. Oh, were you saying something?
Yeah, this whole time I was saying when I dumped that potential, I fucking I was looking at my character sheet, and it says I have 10 there because I haven't been keeping track of it. So I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll dump half of it. Who cares?" But then I didn't realize I had 7, and I was like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah.
So I have like nothing left.
Yeah, you got to track it on the. Well, we've moved to tracking it on the heads up because I, as the GM, can see it better and get an idea for how you guys are going and not push you beyond potential limits unless it's a case where I want to push you beyond potential limits.
Like today.
It just helps me make decisions.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we go into the whole missions and whatnot, how did you guys enjoy the battle sequence?
It's good.
It was great.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It
It worked really well.
yeah, and
we got lucky that time.
yeah, it did. We got lucky thanks to frickin' Parrot again. Is the whole thing.
Everyone rolled pretty good. Like fucking smashed him around, feared him, bashed open his back with an exploding bomb mace thing.
Because he feared Ben feared him, or Azar. What are we calling you now?
Yeah, go with whatever feels right for you.
That's right. And he feared him away.
Let's call him Bastard.
Getting him. That's right.
Tomorrow I'm gonna be Donald. It's fine.
Donald. But you feared him away further enough so that I could cast the flame strike on him too. So it's perfect. It all rolled out quite well. But mechanics wise, I think it worked well. I didn't quite understand how the damage was being mitigated, but I think it worked. I thought he was like dead after I flame striked him.
For instance, the acid cloud that came out, I had that written in as a dodge 3 and a block 3, and it does 4 damage. And then, so if you succeeded at a minor cost, you'd reduce the damage by 2. If you succeeded at a major cost, you only reduce it by 1. So there's a 3 damage carryover.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how I was doing the damage.
Yeah, but I was thinking more of the damage that he was taking, because it almost felt like a.
Oh yeah.
Was that like a special ability on him and stuff?
He is a boss creature, so I wanted to handle it
story driven,
more interesting and more combat centric and less just like when you're killing just like no name goblins, it's fine to just be like one roll and they're over. But for a boss, I wanted it to be more a longer, meaningful battle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
It did.
It was perfect, honestly.
Yeah,
give everyone a chance to band together. It revitalized Perrin, bringing him back over. Like clearly, like he was dead set on going down the dark path and shit, and then was like, "Yeah, no, fuck, Pelor is beautiful over here. Look how bright it is."
Yep.
Organically, the game, the players, the everything came together in a way where he's like, "I just can't dark path now."
I don't want to dark path. I don't want to stay light. I just want to kind of make it go where it goes. But the past like 3 or 4 sessions, it has not gone where I've expected at all.
I mean, it works out that how you slayed the shit out of this demon, like rolling around and blocking shit and cutting them open with all these high rolls.
Yeah,
because
if I got my ass kicked, I'd probably been like, "Oh, I would have lost faith,"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Like Pelor was bolstering you or holding your weapon for you or something.
Yeah, and the way you rolled, big time. Holy cow.
And the irony of the whole thing
4 6s
is
serious.
Single-handedly slaughtered this creature while Ben runs from the room and Relay gets half of his face melted off and thrown to the floor.
Yep.
And you come out unscathed and almost single-handedly annihilate the beast. That is like the fist of Pelor right there.
Yeah.
He's like, Pelor may talk to Relay, but now he's laying on the ground covered in acid, so fuck that.
That's what Ben was getting at back when he was Kevin in the beginning of the fucking the match. Like, he was like, maybe Pelor is telling you the chosen one. Like, he's got a dagger to kill the undead lich. He's learned all these stories about liches and ways to kill them through books and such. Pelor is literally shining on him to fucking slay giant snake demon things. Like, he's the slayer of evil.
Yeah.
He's the one that's gonna save Pelor from Rayleigh's Fleshly Bond.
That's right. Well, that's one thing I'm really concerned about, because it's like the demon's telling him from whence thou began. It's like, oh, how did I begin? Oh, this is going to suck. But they're trying to kill me.
If everybody gets 1 crux for sure, because you guys put yourself in a dangerous position for the sake of the mission. You guys could have easily fled.
Yeah, I thought
and
about
left
trying
this behind.
to turn him, but I didn't want to like drive him away. I wanted to kill it.
Kill him, yeah. And like I would say that this is part of the collective mission to getting to the skulls, because if you guys had died here, obviously you wouldn't have been able to break the curses and do whatever good things needed to be done. Now I'm going to start with MJ. Your struggle, determine Azar's true motivations towards me. Do you feel like you addressed that anyway during the game?
Yeah, I should have had those changed, though, because those were different ones. That didn't apply anymore. So I guess it's more like I didn't have a struggle.
Yeah. And you were asleep most of the fucking match anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to drop that struggle.
All right, just type in there temporarily sausages.
Struggle, dreaming of sausages.
Right. And then the seeking enlightenment
right.
from Perrin and Eliza was more should be seeking enlightenment from Pellar now.
Well, that seeking enlightenment from Pellar would work better as a struggle than a goal. Like a goal is something simple that you know you could achieve within a session. Like Jacob's was go pray at the cathedral. He did that.
Okay.
Success.
Yeah.
So
keep Eliza's hands off
what
me.
do you think you would like to do? So do you have a struggle that you'd like to think about, or do you want to like think about it in the forum? And
I do want to add a new struggle and a new goal.
All right.
So I guess my struggle would be seek enlightenment from Pellar. Seek further enlightenment from Pellar.
All right, that sounds good. That could be a struggle. We'll have to see how that unfolds. And what kind of goal do you think you'd like to pursue?
The goal.
This guy's house you destroyed.
that could be a goal. How about, because that's a kind of a short-term thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fix my acid face. I don't know.
All right, go ahead. Put fix my acid face on there in the next session.
Heal
when you go
acid
through to heal.
Heal my acid burn.
That'll work perfectly.
You could get that if Parent has cast Martyr on you. You'd instantly succeed in that.
There you go.
Well, it's still something to pursue next session, so he remembers.
2 crux for that.
I gave you the crux.
Finding. Oh, you did. I thought it was at 5 though.
You're at 5. You got 1 crux for putting yourself in danger's way, and then were you at 5?
I was at 5 because I got 1 for we were all pursuing the one you gave me. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Now, Perrin, on to you.
So I changed my goal after I started training. My original goal was training Eliza.
I believe I gave you a thing for
right?
training Eliza.
Perfect.
Yep. Struggle. Let's start with your mission because it's first. Head to the temple of blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We've agreed that you guys did stuff in regard to that. So you use like almost no crux this game.
I use a lot of potential, but no crux. I think 1 crux.
Yeah. Struggle. Fight my inner demons and learn more about my dad's true life. I would say you definitely did the fighting the demons part.
Yeah.
Speaking with Eliza. and also just growing in general. And then goal, learn about demon slaying and become a Fist of Pelor. I like that. That'll be definitely something to do next session. And now Azar Malkav. Mission, find a safe passage to Safeton. You definitely pursued that. You went and asked about the boat.
I think I got 3 solid winners over here. I think I hit every one of my things.
Fight my demons. I'm actually going to give you 2 because you had a whole scene about fighting your demons. Just in the future, you should ask for it during the scene so that we can know that it's that kind of scene. But
I definitely
think
I
you
was
did
going,
good there.
This, like y'all were saying, this whole session was so organic. Like I didn't have time to be like, this is what I want to pursue. It's like, I'm doing it. Shit, fuck, bother it.
Go to the church, and with Perrin, you didn't do it with Perrin. Go to the church, that is, but you did go to the church, so I'll give you 1 for that. Now, would you like to set a new goal or a new struggle or anything? Jacob?
Are you muted again?
Oh, am I? God damn it! Yes, I would like to change my goal to travel to Safeton.
All right.
That's the next spot.
That's perfect. Travel to Safeton. Mission to get to Safeton. Do you want to make your mission longer?
Yeah, I'm going to change my mission to make it to the vest. Or, what's that city over? It's like New or Nui or Naily? Can you pull up that map real quick?
Hold on. I'll go. I'm going.
It is
Iron Gate, Neri.
Yeah, or Iron Gate, whichever one. What do you guys want to do? Iron Gate's a star. It looks like a main port.
We're going to Safeton.
I know, but we have to. This is like a long-term goal. Like we're going. My next one is travel to Safeton, and then I'd like to try and make it to.
I think we'd probably sail to either here, and then we'd have to probably find another boat to go here.
Let's go with Iron Gate. It's got a star. I'm assuming it's like a port where a skate could be like a little scant sea town or something. So my goal is going to be make it to overseas to
Iron Gate.
The vast swamp.
No, actually, it's just going to book passage to Iron Gate. So, in case we don't get there in one session, I at least booked passage to
it. Okay, so
why don't we just turn back around and just go kill this lich?
we potentially could. I mean, we got that dagger.
We know where the mountains we came down from are from, right? We just climb back up the mountains, go kill this thing, and then we don't got to go find any skulls.
Don't know that we're quite up to killing lich territory yet. I don't know.
The way you slam through that snake?
Yeah, but I could easily just roll a bunch of 1s and end up with acid face as well.
And also a mid-boss level demon is by no means a lich that is, remember, it's a demigod that became a lich. So it's like Hercules the Lich.
Yeah.
It's by no means lowly
smoke us.
Brute demon. Yeah, lowly brute demon of Cyric. This is like the son of the chained god as a lich. It's powerful.
Relay will turn to everybody and say, "We are more than the mistakes we've made. Let's go kill this lich."
Let's go kill this.
Tell you what, you go that way. Ben and I are going to check out the swamps.
There's
Who's
something
Ben?
at the
Who is
swamps.
Ben? It's this Ben you keep talking about.
Cross the light, Ben. It's
Pellarites you seek. What?
All right.
Should my new struggle be? You think Fight My Demons is a good one to keep on?
I don't know. You just got. I would think of it this way. What can you call a scene around, and how would you address it? So if your struggle is fight my demons, you'd have to be like, oh, I want to have a struggle scene, and then have a scene where you somehow address your demons. Like maybe you have a dream sequence where you talk to your dead. Maybe you talk to Perrin and ask how he overcomes his fears and things like that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can make your struggle.
I was to say the best way for determining a scene is ask yourself what the purpose of the scene would be.
Right. What would be a good way of phrasing learning more about my postulate ways, like leveling up in the Brotherhood or understanding the Brotherhood or something like that?
Yeah, I would. Well, remember the 3-year thing is to go out, experience things, discover the right answer, and more or less find yourself. So you could put your struggle as find myself as a son like that.
Find myself what? You cut out.
As a son of Pelor.
I think I'm gonna keep fight my demons for now.
Yeah,
I might change it at the beginning of next session if I think of something different, but for now I'm just gonna keep that.
Absolutely. So at the end of this session, I definitely think Perrin is the MVP.
Yeah, he kicked ass.
Yes, he did.
I was
Perrin's the
expecting
MVP.
to completely fall apart.
His character had a huge arc this
destroyed.
session.
Oh yeah, he went from the brink to like the vanguard of Pelor.
I know you didn't see the link I shared earlier, Joe, because like internet issues and stuff. But when he was on the bridge moping, I shared the fucking where the Footloose scene where Kevin Bacon's dancing angrily in the warehouse. And he's like all sad shit. That's like that to a T right now. Just, why doesn't Pelor love me?
It's mad.
in full armor, dancing out my anger.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Tap dancing in your greaves.
And with how he rolled, he was tap dancing on the grave of that fucking demon thing. Screwing him over.
So yeah, Perrin was definitely the MVP. Ben did the most growing, and I would say Relay had the most unique. Being the target of a demon. He learned some bad things about himself.
Relay did the most sleeping. It was wonderful.
That's true. You slept a lot.
I honestly really liked the scene where, like, yes, he was dreaming about sausages and stuff, but where the merchant came out with the sausages, and then we were all sitting around eating, but we were also eating in real life, so it just like really molded well. That like we're like, we're up,
the best sausages I've ever had.
And then, in character and out of character, Matt is disgusted by you talking with your mouth full.
That's right.
Oh man, that's funny.
Like commoners.
Fucking Southerners.
That's the what's his name? The professor coming out again. He's got that aspect of what was it? Common man.
I look down on
Hates
the
the
common
little
man.
people.
Yeah.
Is that why you pistol whip somebody?
Oh, that was a
Professor
different
McDouchey.
Yeah.
He pistol. That was the tower one. He pistol whipped me.
I was like Indiana Jones, but like a prick.
Yeah.
That was so true on so many levels.
When I pistol whipped him, and ended up being a total backfire. I ended up getting into a helicopter that was blown up.
Oh Jesus! Did you die?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we both died.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that game.
Well, he may not have died because it was left with a cliffhanger because
being attacked by zombies when it ended.
Oh, Jesus.
he got attacked by zombies. You went up in a helicopter, and you had that thing where you always drink when the shit hits the fan, only you were holding a bottle of vampire's blood.
What the fuck?
Who knows? You might turn into a...
I would. I had a drinking.
You might turn into a vampire.
If I needed like a +1 to a roll, I could take a sip of my flask, and it would calm me down. But I got progressively.
It was a +3.
+3. Yeah, I got progressively drunker during the game, though.
Yep.
I love that so much because I remember Magnus had a fucking drinking problem. He was always drinking and dancing on tables and shit.
Yeah, except this guy was a bitter drunk who killed Asian ladies and pistol whipped his superior officer.
She was slowing us
Take
down.
little girls out of cars and shit.
She was slowing us down.
That's funny.
So how do you like Flame Strike, MJ? Was it all you expected?
Oh, yeah, that was great. I like the mechanic of it.
That roll he got with all the pluses on it, and the scene that y'all wrote out or whatever, it just looked like a giant ion cannon from Pelor.
Yeah, it was. And that's exactly how I'm going to do it. It's going up and it's coming down.
I can't wait till the merchant comes out and he's like, "What happened to my house?"
That's right.
He's going to see the exploded demon parts on the floor and be like,
"We saved you from a demon. You're welcome."
Well, but the demon turned to dust. So no, we're like,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the whole thing did. I thought like the part you bashed did or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
nope, it all went away into dust. It's a dusty pile of ash now.
So he's just gonna walk back in the room.
My ass.
There's gonna be an exploded door. There's gonna be ash under a giant burning hole in the ceiling. And you just gotta think we're just bucking around in there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take off. I'll see you guys in the forums.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Laters.